Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another day of the International 2018 Group Stages. We're on day 3 at the moment, and I'm ODPix, so I'm joined by Fogs, and we're getting ourselves ready for our first series of the day. It is IG versus VGJ.Thunder. The band's underway. Fog, no surprises so far.
Nope. I guess what you could say, no surprises. You know, Weaver and Pugna, you know, slight, maybe slight, but not really.
Sure, yeah.
These are starting to become more meta things. Yeah. Marana first ban. Yeah, Marana's leading the board right now, actually, with a 33 match picked and a 70% win rate with 33 matches. It's the most picked with the highest win rate, and the other one, of course, would be like that Enchantress up there with similar win rate.
And Venge, of course, at the top, right?
Venge is not the win rate's not as
the win rate.
Crazy.
Sorry, yeah,
yeah,
the win rate.
yeah,
But
yeah.
in terms of the frequency,
yeah,
picked.
same exact amount of picks.
Yeah.
So you guys with your compendiums, you know, if you have most picked.
Yeah.
Marana and Venge leading the board, then it's Wraith King, Tiny, Weaver, and Crystal Maiden. So some people, I know a lot of people put Crystal Maiden, you're still not too far off.
Yeah, because Venge, we'll see if it
Quick pick.
this game. It's a silencer.
What do they want to respond with?
Well, Wraith King's there, Willow's there.
Yeah, Wraith King,
Venge,
Willow.
as we said.
Yeah, they really like that. We saw them playing the Wraith King in particular yesterday. They were starting to get banned versus them quite a lot. And then they stopped actually picking it in the opener. So we'll see if they do decide to go for that one. It seems like Q is back onto the... Q really likes the Wyvern. This is dating back to, what, C-Deck, right?
Yeah.
He loves Wyvern. So that could also be an option there. But they are playing versus Silencer, so that already starts to change stuff a bit.
There's the Wraith King.
There's the Wraith King, and do we get the Willow?
Is it the Willow? Is it the Wyvern?
Let's see.
Is it the Phoenix? The other bird, of course, very popular at the moment.
It would be Wraith King Pugna, but yeah, I think that's why they banned the Pugna early on, because we saw what Boca could do even as a support position Pugna. It's pretty remarkable, and it's the one.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, we're on it. Was either one of them?
Well, what are Thunder gonna get with their silencer?
Yeah, they can't get their Weaver. Necrophos is also banned, so their combos they went to in the past in this tournament were those two with the global.
10 seconds remaining.
You want something that can actually deal with this pressure that's going to be coming out from the Wraith King.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the Phoenix. I think.
You want to open it with it?
I mean,
well,
we've seen teams open, but you should say, when we've seen teams open with it, they do get punished.
Yeah.
But they have, like, they ban the Marana. That is one of the most pesky heroes if you do want to run a Phoenix. In terms of the attack speed, taking down the egg.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what, like, if they want to do a Siler hero early and just set the theme for the game.
Look at the Venge.
Right,
Yeah, the other hero we were talking about.
So, kind of flexible hero, I guess you could say. But right now,
yeah,
this could just be their 4 and 5.
I mean, I'm sure.
Right off the bat.
Because as we haven't seen Router Core Venge. We've not seen Carry Venge.
We have not seen any.
It's always in the support. So, yeah, it would be surprising to see these two heroes not be the 4 and 5. But it obviously has been done before TIs. We've had core silencers.
I'm very happy to see the Venge picked up for Thunder, though. I actually think this is the best way that they played. The one game that we got to see from them, they did the Venge Terrorblade. That was their only win of the day, the first day. But then yesterday they came back, and I think they took 2 games from Windstrike in pretty convincing fashion. So they've cleared their record up to, what, like 3-5? They still are not completely out of the running. Well, IG, I think IG's been playing pretty well.
XXS has had some really good games.
We
saw him on the Alchemist and the TA yesterday. Didn't win the TA game, but both games very far ahead of the rest of his team. Yeah,
him and Baboka have been definitely playing the best on their team. Q has a 5 position too. You know, it's hard to be super flashy. I think he's been doing very well on his job. Always seems to have the reveal. Always seems to have obstacles planted in the middle of team fights. But yeah, definitely Baboka and XXS is definitely the standout, a bit above.
But yeah, the opening for Thunder is really nice as well because of that. With the sort of swap and global play, you just swap someone out, press the global. Very hard for IG to sort of come out with any sort of save plays like they'd hoped to with a hero such as the Wyvern. But that is a bit of an off the wall ban there. A Legion Commander ban.
Maybe just because of they have Silencer, but.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, I guess you're thinking about heroes that...
Right?
Yeah.
The combos.
The combo's going to be there with the global. But still, banning a Legion Commander, this hero is not popular.
You know what IG could pick? Or not IG, sorry.
Thunder.
Okay, never mind. I was thinking Thunder could do it, but I don't know if they play it actually with the silencer, the Bat Rider combo. You're versus Wyvern. It's actually got a place in the game, but I only think one person's played Bat Rider in this whole tournament so far, and I think it's been IG.
I mean, you're saying for Thunder as well. I mean, IG themselves, I mean, I guess it's awkward with the Wraith King, but we've seen some of these Chinese teams still play the Wraith King in the safe lane. I mean, Thunder, they were once Silo to play it. Maybe IG want to do so as well. And if you're banning heroes like the Legion...
Oh, they banned TA. They want Lina, Thunder. Yeah, if you're banning heroes like the Legion, then...
Because, you know, that could sort of be protecting your own Bat Rider pick.
Yeah, that's... Okay, that's true. I
Yeah,
know
it's
IG likes it.
unlikely because they have the Wraith King, but as I say, we have seen some safe lane Wraith King.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, that Legion ban, definitely
5 seconds
the biggest sort of surprise so far in this draft. Everything else,
Like, I know...
we're expecting to see.
I know he can dispel the Wyvern Q on you
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like instantly when you get hit, but
Sure.
yeah, still, it has to be for some certain reason. They banned out Drow Ranger too, double ranged already on Thunder. This makes sense. So IG want a combo.
I mean, because what else is... There's obviously lassos. Is there any other sort of big sort of lockdowns that you would see a Legion picked up in response to? Like, what other heroes does Legion just ruin the game on?
It's usually just illusion heroes. Illusion heroes
Sure.
and things that you can
Illusions.
like dispel, dispelling initiators like that. So,
So a PL pick?
could be looking for some illusion-based hero versus the silencer. You see silencer venge right off the back, right? So
PL wouldn't be
could
terrible.
say PL. Don't think it's that bad.
Yeah. Could certainly sort of
pretty strong,
explain
actually.
the Legion. I get the Willow fruit.
Oh, they get the Wraith King
I mean,
Willow
this
even
is-
in the third pick. That's dangerous because we've seen this combo, seen how much it can do in that dual off lane. Bramble, stun, skeletons. Immense amount of damage between these two heroes. All right, Clinks versus the Wraith King. So you can we got a lot of projectiles to be dodged.
I mean, the Clinks was it PL. Why not pick PL? You said
I
it up
think
with the
for
bans. There's a
IG,
Clinks now. Pick the
I think
PL.
for IG you absolutely
Yeah.
look at the PL here.
PL would be fantastic for IG.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, they could even do Alchemist again.
5 seconds remaining.
I was thinking that, but last time they did it, they had lots of beautiful axe heroes. They don't really have that this time. They just have the one.
What? Wyvern 2.
I mean, I said beautiful axe.
You're flying the whole time. You have infinite Arctic burn.
Yeah, but you don't have infinite mana.
Well, hopefully you have some items built up before that because you're not buying that because it's being given to you eventually, late game.
I mean,
No,
sure,
I
I want
know,
to see
I
it,
know.
but...
I
I mean, his
the
Alchemist was fantastic.
And versus the Clinks, the concoction.
Yeah, sure,
that's
yeah,
why.
that was the other one we saw work really well.
It destroyed
Yeah.
Clinks because you cannot actually strafe
Yeah.
dodge concoction.
I don't know.
So-
It's definitely a possibility.
They could be looking for it as the 5th pick. I mean, PL still looks really, really powerful here.
Yeah, PL looks great.
But let's think of some more aggressive heroes. Aggressive, yeah, the player, not aggressive. His options are a bit limited from what he's been playing. But I mean,
I
really like
wouldn't
the
mind
PL.
seeing some very mobile cores. I mean, like the PL, but anything else because at the moment it's just the magic missile
What about
in terms
Spectre?
of lockdown.
Then they can't go for the Alchemist though.
I mean, when you sort of see heroes like the Wyvern as well, you do wonder if they want to play something like the Void. Can be very nice against the Clinks as well with the Chrono, but there is the silence from the Venge. So I think
Oh
that
yeah,
would
you don't want
put-
Void. You don't want Void versus.
You think that's
this.
just too
Venge.
nasty?
I mean, it's just because of the Venge, right? The swap's always gonna come out. Okay, Ursa too. Ursa's good.
Okay.
Strong, aggressive early. They've got good Roche with Ursa Wraith King. They're gonna keep sustained. Eventually, you build a Basher. Clinks. You're not gonna be. You can't strafe these melee hits.
I guess we can pretty much enrage or off all of sort of silence's effects, other than the global. They all sort of debuff, so you don't have to worry about them slowing you down.
Wait, what?
Right, if it gets queued, you just press R, and it will remove the. You won't get affected by it.
Oh yeah, but it's not a silence. Oh okay, yeah, I understand what
You
you're
know,
saying.
it's you're
a
removing.
silencer's effect. Okay,
you're
okay. I thought you were saying silence
no,
effects.
not
I was
removing
like,
silence. Removing silences,
like-
like removing his Q and his E.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was like, isn't that the counter to Ursa silencing him?
The globalist. Sure. And if you press the skills in the wrong order, sure, you're screwed. You gotta make sure you don't press overpower before that enrage.
So for Thunder,
Still looking at their 2 cores. Will Sylar play the Clinks, or do they play it mid?
I think they might want to lane it versus the Wraith King just for that particular strafe dodging the stun reason. But not just sure yet, not certain. Burning a lot of their time here.
I
They've got to reveal
I think you saw,
some
you know,
positioning.
Ursa, that is a hero that has got a nice axe. So XXS Alchemist, I think, still on the table.
Oh, Alchemist looks amazing here.
Still
so
on
for
the
IG.
table.
Yep, it looks great.
Invictus Gaming.
The Brewmaster getting some play.
So Brew here you can dispel Willow spells, right, off of your teammates. They have the Venge Brewmaster. This used to be a really cool combo. You don't even have to do much as the Venge. You just wave a terror, and it amplifies the Brewlings so much you actually can do quite a lot of damage.
Can mess with the Ursa in his lane.
You can dispel you can mess with the Ursa lane. You can dispel the Ursa's overpower in team fights. And just overall, yeah, the Cyclone's a pretty solid ability here versus both Wraith King and Ursa in team fights. And more auras, I guess you could say. Eventually, we might build the Vlads. We throw the Venge on top too. We've got stacking auras.
Yeah,
and now they've got
nice.
a hero to start the fight. So Blink, Brewmaster split, Blink, Brew Clap split, Global. They have ways to initiate and get a good disruption going on into the team fight.
Yeah, as you said, you see the Ursa enraged and you just send him up in the air for the whole fight.
Yeah.
But, you know the counter to that. If there's an Alchemist that's giving the Ursa the Aghanims and he presses the ult, right? He can still ult right, he's in the air.
Yeah, you pull it out. You pulls you out of the Cyclone.
You can just ult yourself straight back down.
This is true.
So where's that Alchemist?
They banned the Lina as well. Dude, they're definitely picking. They're picking Alchemist.
They're picking Alchemist. It might get
really
banned
good.
though, because Thunder, you know, they should know, right? That XXS is an Alchemist.
I would
man.
imagine. Like if they have this, or the Alchemist is like, you know, that fear we were talking about just to where you can get run over, blah blah blah. But they've got a good early game. They've got really good early game.
The times they've played it, one of the heroes that's caused issues for him jumping around and throwing stuns out has been a Legion Commander, removing the unstable concoction, saving people.
Okay,
it's a long stun.
Okay.
You know. They're banning up.
I think
it's got to
maybe
be an Alchemist.
I think also they banned the Legion because they wanted the Willow too.
Sure, I
Because
guess.
you can dispel you can dispel like all of the abilities. The Bramble.
I mean, I guess they know what Thunder likes to play, so fair enough.
Okay, Thunder. What will be
The mid hero.
Invictus Gaming.
the reveal? Okay.
Storm.
All right, that's pretty strong. But there is still.
I think you're still fine laning as an Alchemist against
You're
Storm,
still
aren't you?
okay against. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're still okay. You don't die. You both trade farm. You can't pressure the Storm Spirit. It's the kind of the problem. The Storm will get free farm. But it worked. When I saw that versus the Clinks yesterday, I thought it was just such a hard counter. And we were spot on from the beginning.
We've had our breakfast.
Hey, we
told
did
you
you?
all along.
I didn't have breakfast.
Actually, I didn't. No, I didn't even.
This
maybe
is
maybe
our
that's
this
the trick.
is
We
our
shouldn't
breakfast.
have breakfast. There we go.
Lovely.
We knew it from the off. And I'm surprised that Thunder didn't know as well. I really thought they would ban
I
the
thought they would
Alchemist.
ban the Alchemist. It
Yeah.
looked like such, especially with the Clinks. We saw that.
Yeah.
We saw him literally just concoction the Clinks.
Maybe they don't know.
The whole game. I guess they might not know. Oh god. All right. Well, we'll see if they.
know.
If we see if they're able to battle against.
Well,
it.
let's see. I mean, let's see if it's good. I mean, look at
Freeze
these
is on
two
a signature
drafts.
Storm.
Yeah.
He
Well,
loves
who-
Storm Spirit.
Who would you say does have the? Would you go with the Alchemist because
After
how
that-
XXS played it the other day?
I loved
Yeah.
the way that XXS played it. Yeah, and I think Ursa's very good versus Clinks as well, as long as you get your timings going, which you in theory should as an Ursa, and they should be able to pressure.
10 seconds
I just think
remaining.
the Clinks could do pretty well in that bottom lane. And so if he's using the strafe, if he dodges the Wraith King stuns at good timings, but it is a Willow too. So Willow Wraith King is so much damage if Fate
It
steps
does.
up
I mean,
wrong.
IG's lineup does look really good.
It looks really scary.
It looks really good. We'll see what Thunder can do. And so we get to see the Brewmaster, on a hero that we're used to really seeing here. In fact, has there been any Brew picked?
There's definitely been a brew
There has
pick.
been a Brew pick.
Let's find out. Yeah, 2 picks.
Two picks.
Lost
Lost
and
one,
won
won,
one.
Okay.
Let's see who picked it.
Just a couple of picks.
We had a Liquid game and a VP game. Or Liquid and Optic played
And
it.
who won with it? So Optic won with their Brew. Optic won with the Brew.
How can you tell that?
Because they're green and red. Or is that just red
No,
and
that's
then
what
dye?
side. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Liquid won with it.
Liquid won. Wait, Liquid didn't play with. Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Liquid won
okay.
with
So
the brew.
Optic lost with the Brew.
Didn't we cast this game? No, we didn't.
Did we?
No, we didn't.
I don't think. So yes, as we're saying, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see XXS Alchemist the other day, it was
It was
A lot
amazing.
of fun.
He broke all the records.
He did.
He broke all the records.
Maybe he's going to break his own record here.
Let's hope so.
I believe the number was, what, 1109, I want to say.
Was it 1109 or 1190?
I know it was 1190.
Was it 1190?
I think it was 1190. 1190 GPM.
It was, the thing is that number is just a number, right? Like, people look and they're like, oh, 1190, that's really high. But his play in the game, he was so perfect because they were against a full push.
He wasn't AFK farming the whole time.
No, he got a 12 or 13-minute radiance, I think it was just about. But that was as Liquid was breaching high ground, and that radiance pretty much set them up for everything in their game plan. This time though, he's on radiant, so you actually don't have the the dire triangle, which he farmed a lot in the last one. And oh my god, the tips. Well, these two teams have played each other quite a lot. Let's have fun. Let's have fun, and let's prepare for Baboka to do some all chat, because they are all gonna all chat this game.
Let's see what happens. And the Baboka Dark Willow definitely want to watch, and I mean this lane as a whole, Wraith King Willow.
They have to be careful. They don't know that there's 4 heroes. They didn't see the silencer.
30 seconds to battle.
There we go. Thunder. The Wave of Terror. Vision straight away. SRF goes for the Wraith Fire Blast. Affected by the curse.
He's okay.
IG will back out as soon as they see that 4 heroes are there.
That was good patience. You could tell that they weren't certain if there was 3 or 4 heroes. So it looks like VG.Thunder should be able to claim themselves 3 of the runes.
They'll be able to bully IG off this top rune.
Oh, Yang even gets one of the ones bottom. Aggressive will beat him to the second one, though. So 3 for 1. How is our regen expended? Fade used 1 tango, Baboka used 1, and SRF is going to have to use a couple. So pretty significant trade there for Thunder.
So yeah, this mid lane, XXS, what you say as an alchemist, you should do okay against the Storm.
Yeah, should be just fine. Just you don't walk in and tank remnants. Pretty much it. Not too many, at least.
On these side lanes, bottom, we are going to see a TP down from Fade. Is going to join forces with Yang for the dual lane. Rune Silencer. It's only going to be a bit of a nuisance for the Ursa on these early levels.
Yeah, this is a pretty good pressure lane. They can put a lot of pressure on the Ursa, but killing him is going to be a little bit difficult. While the Ursa can actually get kills in this lane with the Wyvern if they find Fade out of position or if he doesn't miss too much on Yang.
Top lane.
Top might be pretty good for Thunder here. They've got this double range, they've got high damage, and they kind of messed with IG's regen so well in that early start that this Wraith King's actually has no mana, having to expend all the stuns early on. Has a Mango, but it's only 95 mana per stun, and he's down to 40 already.
Mid lane, first few waves of CS, freeze. Coming out slightly on top.
Yeah, I mean, like, Storm will farm a little bit better, maybe, at least in last hits, but the gold, Alchemist does fine because of Green plus Green. So. And Thunder comes in a good position in all 3 lanes. The laning setup they've got is very nice.
See who's going to make the first sort of movement around the map as well. Is there a point where one team's core can be sort of left to their own?
Don't think you really want to. Top lane. Oh, damn. Caught it at the end. Ooh, TDC drops very low, but
Save himself with the stick charges.
they used the strafe, I believe, dodged the Wraith King stun, and they threw the Wave of Terror. And Wraith King is not really the tankiest hero in the game this early. You get put to negative armor when you get hit by that wave this early on. Versus the Clinks, it's not fun. So yeah, IG having these 3 melee cores versus Brewmaster, while Thunder has a Storm and a Clinks.
Silent CS looking very good at the moment, 40 for 3. As SRF, the only sort of core falling behind at the moment in the last hits. Everyone else pretty much on even pacing across the board. Even with the pressure down bottom, aggressive. He's doing just okay. Being able to keep the creeps near to his tower. Same to be set up top. And Wave is going to push in.
Smart move by Freeze there. So XXS used the acid spray, and he actually glyphed as all the creeps were getting low. And then
so
he walks,
sort of
and then
CS.
Freeze walks up and starts putting remnants kind of on the high ground there. So the Alchemist actually missed like 3 or 4 last hits just because of that one glyph usage.
Let's see, level 3 now, but Bokron SRF. To get the wrap around here onto DDC. DDC. He's going to turn with the Wave of Terror and the Raven.
Damage.
They're going to go straight away onto SRF, and as you say, he is pretty squishy at the moment. They do lose DDC in response, but another kill for Sylar. 2 kills now in this top lane for the Clinks. Oh, and Baboka. Need to be very careful, as Sylar is having a fantastic time top.
Yeah. And bottom, look at that. Yang is free farming. Just have to be careful. Steps up a bit far as Silencer walks away. Will be okay though. No boots yet on aggressive. Yeah, Thunder already with the 2K advantage. SRF top. The damage coming through. This minus armor is way too much for a Wraith King.
Yeah, this Venge Kling's dual lane providing quite a punch. 3 kills now for Sylar.
Just a non-stop wave of terror. You throw in a strafing, searing, arrowed Clinks. You can't stop him. How do you disable him? He just gets all the free attacks off during that because Wraith King can't turn and stun. Baboka can't apply anything either. The Bramble isn't going to stop a Clinks from attacking.
We're going to see the runes come up and see who's able to grab the most of them. Looks like, yeah, Thunder. They are going to be able to get all 4 runes as well. So that net worth lead early on looking very nice indeed for them. 3K advantage at 5 minutes in.
Aggressive didn't get in range to hit the clap onto Fade either, so he will waltz away.
It's a shrine up.
Oh jeez, look at SRF's net worth too. I just pulled up net worth early. It's a bit early, but you could already feel that he is not having fun.
I mean, we got to remember the Alchemist game that XXS put off the other day. It was just his other cores were not doing much at all. It was all on him, and they won the game. So this is sort of XXS in his element. He's relying on his other cores to just be bad at the start.
But they might be able to find him here. He's jungling, and they've got level 6 on Storm. And they will. Oh, he's actually got the stick charges. Is it enough? It's not.
It isn't.
And that's some more, some int.
Yep.
Fade now too.
Starting to expand his knowledge there, Fade, with the first +2.
Definitely don't want to die early on. As an Alchemist versus that, your mana is quite precious. Only with that 1.8 gain per level.
Radiant's middle tower
It's gonna be a heavy game for XXS.
That is for sure.
Can he pull it off? Because we'll see. Last game we saw him play the Alchemist. He does sort of abandon. I can't remember what point he did abandon the mid lane. When does he sort of leave it? Do you remember? Where he just sort of left it. He let the tier 1 and the tier 2 go. He just sat to the jungle. I guess as you said, it's going to be a little different because he's not on the diet.
Yeah,
this time. So
he's not on the diet. He can't do the triangle,
Yeah.
but he is. I think it was like as soon as he hit 6.
Yeah.
But I think he can be playing between both of them. Because what I think is going to happen is I think Freeze top lane.
They are going to come in. And it did bring Q in for this bit of a surprise play to punish DDC as he tried to set up for Sylar.
I think Baboka is pretty much going to be the offlaner now in comparison to SRF, who's going to play like a support Wraith King. That was a nice play by Baboka too, dodging that Venge stun to make sure they get it. So I think what I was saying was, I think Freeze is going to play very active on the map now. Just look for plays, setting up, because he knows this Alchemist can't really help the lanes. Yeah. So he can go looking for ganks while someone sees taps mid, and look at bottom, going for aggressive right away. Is able to find him.
Very active.
I like those moves. When you're supports, you have like a silencer, you know these guys. They need level 6. It's the best case scenario to just start making moves around the map and get them to sit mid.
Sylar getting all the space in the world up top.
Yeah,
Aggressive starting to climb back up in CS, but it's going to be a slow start, as we say, for SRF. Still just level 4 on this offlane Wraith King.
He can't even go up to the Clinks at all. Clinks will kill him by himself. And look at this, DDC already preparing. They know that they have a good lead. They know the Alchemist will be the problem, starting to ward those camps.
So down bottom, Attempt is going to be made onto DDC. Aggressive leads in with the Earthshock. Freeze will look to start to play around with Q, but Freeze is pretty low on mana. I don't think he's going to have enough mana to do this. So DDC will be the one to end up falling as Aggressive and Maboka are able to chase him down and finish him off. But a little bit of a split up there. Freeze not looking to try and help DDC and just tries to find a kill that he just quite couldn't get.
They might know that the Ancients are going to be blocked soon. Not right away, but they're going to eventually go for some type of stack where he's going to clear it, and then they're going to know that's why DDC was caught in that position. But that's, you know, that's a death that I think is kind of worth it as a bench because you're blocking those camps.
Bottom lane Freeze managed to pull himself back up, so he's ready to go straight in and look for Q. Q will go for the Cold Embrace, but the Magical Burst is too much from the Remnants. As Freeze finds himself yet another kill.
Yang is farming incredibly well. Already level 6 on Brew. Big problems for IG already as a 4K advantage goes for Thunder.
Top tower
and
taken by Sylar.
They're not slowing down. Look at this. They're looking to invade right away. Yang has the split.
It's going to be affected by the Cursed Crown.
We'll hold on to it.
Q with the backup of Maboka and XXS. Obviously, XXS is the one they want to try and find. It's got Chemical Rage available. Release DDC.
Oh, he takes the creep.
Clarity.
And he takes the creep with the Wave of Terror, yeah. Oh, IG, they're already on recovery mode.
A rough start indeed. Before this 10-minute mark, 4K gold lead.
They have to stop a bit of that bleeding so that this Alchemist can get the farm going. Obs and Sentries are going to be their salvation here. Q is probably going to have to just spam Obs and Sentries to set up, trying to de-ward all these wards that they've been placing to on the invasion plays.
Freeze.
But they have to be able to keep tags on where this Clinks is going to be moving to.
Well, this should be a great chance for a kill opportunity as well. The smoked up. Freeze has got a double damage rune in the bottle.
They know where Aggressive is too. They've got the global available too.
Straight in. He is going to put the Enrage.
Okay.
With starter as they can certainly look to dive it though with that DD on Freeze. The right clicks will be there. Another kill for Freeze and a Courier. Just saved in time.
They've got the Urn now too from Fade, so getting some charges, but Maboka
is going to find Fade. Curse Crown, or is it? He's got the damage he has. Maboka will find the kill, but he'll pay with his life. Another for Freeze, getting the double. Now 5 kills. Same time towards mid, they're looking towards SRF. Get the Rave Fire Blast on Yang to hold back the Brew. Sylar in position to put the pressure on another tier 1 tower.
Split. Dodge the stun, finish up the tower.
He's hunting.
He's
fine success, but yeah, they'll leave it then. They're happy with the tower. Bottom lane, DDC. Already with eyes on Q. Q looking to hide out in the tree line. DDC, he's got the Wave of Terror available.
Thunder's not slowing down at all. They're keeping that pressure going. Looks like they might set up here for a smoke again too. DDC ports to the shrine. Oh, Yang's also very close to Blink, but no, they're keeping active, not giving any breathing room. You know, they're playing Grist and Alchemist. They don't want to give any free time. It's aggressive. Gets surrounded.
He's got the ult. DDC. He's got Magic Missile. He's got Swap as well if he needs to hold him back even more. Hunting, Aggressive, trying his best to hide. XXS and SRF are coming across. Aggressive still alive for now. Maybe IG can turn this one around. The global comes out. As Sylar and Yang in a lot of trouble. Aggressive does fall as DDC is able to find him. But Sylar will lose his life for it. Q very low at the moment. They've got the control. DDC caught up by the Bramble Maze. The concoction out as well by XXS. IG able to take 2 in return for losing Aggressive.
I think they're going to get that D-ward on the high ground ward that they was placed to. Because Aggressive started pinging it instantly because he was running away and DDC stunned him from the tree line. So I wouldn't be surprised if that one gets taken out. But a quick little juke away by Aggressive. Sure, he dies, but baits Sylar as well as DDC in forward. And yeah, there's the D-ward immediately. Good read by them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As soon as you see that kind of, stunning from the tree line, Aggressive was probably like, what?
Still, lead there.
They hemorrhaged the bleeding, and now Alchemist is top net worth, though. Okay. For the first time.
And the stacks up as well, very nice.
Radiant's bottom
Siler's going from tower to tower. I like this, making sure that he gets them very early on.
Fine freeze there, but freeze quick with the Duke of the Ray Fire Blast. More than okay, also baiting out the Terrorize.
You see the build that the Clinks is going for this game too? Diffusal versus the Wraith King. So SRF is gonna definitely have problems getting Reincarnate off, since he doesn't even have a stick on Wraith King, just treads. Treads stout calling. Very sad Wraith King. Which I'm sure people aren't too unhappy to see, because we're getting so much Wraith King.
Yeah, we've seen Wraith King dominate a lot of games. This is not looking to be at least the start of one. Could change down the line. You never know what's going to happen when XXS Alchemist is in the game. He's got his Relic. If he can start farming those Ags later on, Aghanim's Wraith King could be what they need.
Way later down the road.
A long time down the road. We have seen them get there before with the out.
Another tower. Siler prioritizing objectives right now. That's all right. 4 towers in the span of a few moments. I think it was like 6 minutes that he took all 4 of those.
And then SRF does have to be careful. There's Yang with the blink. Siler, as you say, with the defusal. They're ready to jump. And they go. The swap back as well. They'll start beating into him. Well, he gets the Soul Ring.
Yeah, he's got Soul Ring now.
Gets the Soul Ring off, so he will have that second life. But the Primal Split is popped, and they have no trouble killing him a second time. Or do they? The Winter's Curse will slow them down a little bit, but not enough. They've lost SRF. Ju now in a bad position as well. He'll fall as well. Double kill once more for Freeze. The pressure now onto another tier 2 tower mid. VGJ.Thunder continuing to just absolutely own this early game.
The Radiance is out.
And is it soon enough? We did, because we got to remember that the game as well where we saw XXS pull off the Alchemist performance, it was against Liquid, who went for a full sort of push strat. It was about...
Oh, aggressive.
Oh, they found him. He's got to get the range off, but they've got the magic missile. They'll control him, turn, and take it. More kills for Freeze. The global comes out, because bottom lane...
Siler finds Baboka.
Wanting to make sure that Baboka cannot use the Shadow Realm to escape.
Look at the wards by Thunder. Just every single little thing they're doing this game is working perfectly versus IG. These wards being placed deep at all times, watching the movements coming through. They're always able to set up for these kills. Siler is setting up pushing towers nice and early so they get more map control. Freeze playing very active as well. IG just recovery mode. But they've got the Radiance. The problem is, you look at the other 2 cores, they're not having fun. 2,900
This
Wraith
is
King,
what happened
4,100
before.
or so.
This is what happened before.
It wasn't this bad though, where a Silencer, the 4th position, passes the Ursa and the Wraith King.
It was pretty bad.
It was bad the last time, but this one is
like
quite a lot worse. And it's not like...
a much harder challenge for XXS.
Yeah, and it's not like this time he's versus a full push lineup. He's versus a Storm Spirit and a Clinks.
Sure,
they
can
scale very well
yeah.
late game. And a Brewmaster who's farming incredibly well.
Oh, and he's actually going to change up the build this game. He did have the blink queued up, but he says, screw it, we're not fighting, I've just got to go full farm.
He's got to be able to get rid of that global
yeah,
as well.
Exactly. Yeah,
if he wants to take
keep
fights.
himself alive. Yeah.
Which he might actually have to do. He might have to fight. Freeze. We'll go for Bloodstone next, just because of this. That's the type of game this is. Might still switch, but I would imagine he just wants to be a bit greedy versus this Alchemist. But they know the game's gonna get delayed. If they're versus an Alchemist, they're versus a Wyvern. IG's gonna stall this one out once they try to breach that high ground. So, time for Roche. IG will probably have some trouble taking a fight around there. It's going to die very quickly, too. The Wave of Terror plus Clinks. But the Death Pact is actually wearing off, so they're going to just hesitate on this.
I'll shrine up. We'll see if they do look for a bit of action before going back into the pit. And they will. They smoke. We'll see if it's just a smoke into Roche. And it looks like it is. So they just trying to smoke back in.
They still know they're doing it, though. IG's got that ward on the outside. They just saw the Wave of Terror flood through. That either right, yeah, can't finish it in time. Or that can't make it there in time. So, Thunder claim this one, and that's pretty much the Spirit Vessel also finished on the Silencer Fade. So this Alchemist really needs a Manta. Blink Dagger finished on aggressive, so he's actually got a place in this game now. He can try to kill these supports in the back. He can kill the Silencer very easily. Venge is still a bit tanky.
Freeze. Zip straight away onto XXS. Just get the concoction out. Freeze will have to zip himself away. Successful there with the initiation. Do immediately check for reward because Chemical Rage was popped pretty much instantly as Freeze zipped in, but
Sylar again, just taking towers after towers after towers, almost takes out the full tier 2 top.
He's only got that BKB gold too.
Yeah.
Very early on before this sort of 20-minute mark on top of the defusal.
6K gold lead, about a 5K experience lead too for Thunder. And they're distributing their resources well. You can tell that they got this Aegis and they're not like, oh, we can group up and push. No, they understand this type of game. Everyone take a lane. Everyone try to look for some gank plays. Just make sure you can keep your economy going versus this Alchemist team. Because they're going to get their farm up. But now, they've got vision. You can see a few of IG's heroes. The Radiant Scan, though, catches up on the high ground. Aggressive just jumps forward.
He does with the dust. He's ready to go, but the Global Silence comes out. They just burst down aggressive. He's gone for 30 seconds. Manta removing the Global Silence, but he's still going to self-stun himself. He will be cold embraced. Winter's Curse getting laid down onto DDC. DDC still alive for now. XXS trying to go past and look for more, but the drag back's there. Freeze has the control, and that's going to be the self-stuns out from the table concoction as 2 dead on IG. To make that 3. As SRF cannot get out either.
Playing Ursa versus Silencer. Pops global, can't get your Enrage off. You die pretty much instantly as you jump forward. And XXS actually got the first concoction, stuns himself. The second one, he gets pulled, and I think the last word procced right afterwards. So silence on the last split second. Can't throw the concoction.
Oh dear, 9K advantage now for Thunder. IG struggling this game. Very much so. SRF, third lowest still.
I mean, completely on the back foot in this game. They have an Ursa. They didn't get the first Roche. Everything's looking really grim for them right now. But they're not totally out of it yet.
We'll find DDC on the side though. Freeze and Yang go in. We'll get the kill onto Baboka. XXS though with the counterplay gets the stun onto Yang, and Yang will go down. IG find the Brewmaster.
They're going to be able to burn the Aegis here at least as well.
Yeah, he's out of mana. We'll drop the ones, but aggressive actually loses his life for that attempt. And there is sort of the backup with Fade on the side. Freeze will get stunned immediately. Can he zip out? No, he's getting chase stun. He can't escape. Freeze gets taken down. A lot of money for SRF there, but there's the reincarnation, but Sylar is giving up his position, got the BKB, Freeze is back in, but Freeze, he gets stunned up straight again. Do they have any follow-ups? And they don't, so Freeze will be all right for now. Zipping up the high ground, but the curse is going to hold him in place. They've got the control, the terrorize. They can't do anything in response here. IG, they're going to be able to find Freeze again. Sylar's been dusted. He's trying to run, but Baboka, SRF, and Q are hot on the chase. Up in the air, Q goes. He's got the vision. Sylar has the strafe to dodge the Ray Fire Blast, fighting back into SRF, but the cold embrace and the Shadow Realm hit from Baboka's enough. IG managing to fight back, and Thunder making some costly mistakes there. Sylar dying, Freeze dying twice with the Aegis, and then
losing
coming back in, dying again.
He lost so many Bloodstone charges.
Down from, I believe, about 17 to 7.
Oh my. They still got the Alchemist, at least at the end. Fade was able to be a bit persistent on the Silencer, gets in on top of him with the Spirit Vessel. Otherwise, that would have been disastrous for Thunder. Still quite disastrous, though. IG gets a lot. They've got a full Blade Mail now on SRF. Starting to pick up some significant items. I believe it is a full Yule Scepter finished up for Baboka too. Some good levels. Our experience has chunked down.
And we saw there as well just the power of the Winter's Curse and the Terrorize. Just so much sort of time in the AoE where if they can get that follow-up after the Curse, there's just nothing that Thunder can do in response. They have to have the global.
I think we talked about this combo a little bit yesterday because we got to see it once, was the Wyvern Willow.
Yeah.
So you get that curse off and then you wait toward the last second of it, you get the Terrorize. It's so much control in team fights, even like not through BKB, but toward the end of that BKB, then you can set up for your following abilities. Thunder's got to be a bit more careful. However, they find Q. A quick, easy kill. No Bloodstone charge for Freeze though. Damn. Look at Fade Silencer. 3-1 and 10. Oh, good jump forward on SRF. No Reincarnate up.
Up with the Primal Split. Indeed, you say it's still gone for 70 seconds. So SRF, he's out.
Get themselves Freeze Bloodstone charge.
Obviously, despite that last bit of a shaky fight for Thunder, they are still very much ahead in this game.
Their Silencer is still 1,600 gold ahead of the enemy team's Ursa. Phase Boot, Spirit Vessel, Ultimate Orb on the support Silencer.
Unexpected.
Level 15 as well, so GPM talent kicking in. This Silencer is going to get a Hex pretty early on in this game, if it continues to be like this. So Q has to be very careful with his positioning, and he's got some help now. So he's got the Glimmer Cape finished, because his curse is going to be so important for these upcoming team fights to make sure that Clinx's BKB gets stalled out. It's 9-second duration. The curse is going to take out the majority of that, just about half. Fear down bottom.
Terrorized. The damage, the root, it's enough. That's the play. Baboka setting up with the Terrorize. Nothing you can do in response to that one.
Very nicely executed. Level 12 now. Aggressive also starting to get... aggressive still pretty bored. Starting to get more... approaching that BKB. And it is XXS now with the Blink Dagger. So they want to go for those initiation plays. All Q. Oh! He didn't even get his Glimmer Cape off. He didn't even try to use it.
Opts to try and drop the curse to hold him back, but it doesn't pay off. The arrows were already flying.
DDC was getting close anyway with the sentry, but yeah, he didn't even go for the Glimmer. As they continue to farm Freeze after losing some Bloodstone charges, gonna farm up that BKB to be safe for the next few engagements. Doesn't want to get chain controlled again, as XXS is queuing up a BKB. So yeah, as we've seen, these Spirit Vessels are pretty annoying. Manta isn't always up. And it's just gonna help him not get disabled.
Good lane, Sylar. Keep an eye on XXS. Boca is behind him.
Teammates are coming over. Does SRF has a Blink Dagger? You have a Blink Dagger yet? No, still not quite yet. Just the Blade Mail.
Aggressive, still a little way away from his BKB. It's going to take some time. Sylar on the hunt once more. Sentries are down around this area though.
Yeah, VG.Thunder's just playing around enemy jungle. Baboka's starting to move around, get some deeper wards down so they can try making their own plays if they do see Thunder ever back out and go for any type of farm attempts, because they do have the Blink Dagger on the Alchemist to look for some kind of plays. How do we have for Roche? About 30 seconds on Roche. That'll be one of the next ones. And oh, the tower actually gets claimed finally for IG. Now Freeze can feel a lot safer, because he's pretty damn tanky. We saw the Ursa wasn't able to kill him too quickly, even though he was disabled for such a long time. Now with that BKB, can avoid the root at least. Terrorize will have to suffice if they want to try to go for the kill.
Right.
He's
hiding.
He's just hiding, yeah. Q, Glimmer. They have a dust on one of the cores. The curse comes out. He still will die.
What's Baboka doing? He's been here for like 2 minutes. There we go. Come on, Baboka, we need more of your plays.
I mean, his job there was just go get vision so we can have at least something on the map. Because warding on our side of the map right now, it's likely to get counter-warded because Thunder's playing so aggressive. So, second Roche. Yang has Vlad's, of course, finished up, so more sustained one for them. Quick and easily brought down as the Cheese and the Aegis.
Aegis on the Storm.
Who took the Cheese?
And Cheese on Yang.
Okay. So the auras have now begun. So Venge Max Aura, of course, from earlier, and then the Brood Lads. Quite a good amount of bonus damage. They have like 45% between them now. As Thunder continues to play aggressive and together. Siler is pretty much the one dealing with a lot of that split push.
Yep.
Siler also now has the MKB finished up, so they're going to be able to go through that Radiance nicely.
Smoked up here Thunder, waiting to see if IG do come out of the base, but yeah, they're playing so careful. IG just full 5-man on the high ground. XXS been pushing the waves out with his Manta.
All right, IG's going to go for a smoke of their own. Probably wanting to play around their vision here a bit, but Q staying in the base. He knows that he's like the very important D-pusher. If they do try to start sieging, he has to be set up. Same thing with XXS with that acid spray. So aggressive as well as SRF. Look like they're pushing out, but now I think aggressive just wants to go finish that BKB. Really needs it to try to take any fight. Like, it just absolutely does. So has to be able to remove that silence so he can get his enrage off and actually be in the fight. Hasn't revealed himself just yet, though. On the Ursa. As he continues to jungle, hoping to be able to get that BKB. Thunder still farming up. Everyone's kind of just farming on Thunder, which is important to do. You don't want everyone to be grouping up versus this Alchemist because you start falling so far behind. I mean, this, like I said, the Silencer, like we said, will have a Hex. He's pretty much there. 800 gold away.
IG just really being starved and kept in the base. Fucking aggressive.
Yep, bounty runes in about 5 seconds. Baboka's getting in position to go for at least one of them.
Stupendous.
But Thunder will claim the other 3 as aggressive gets very close to the BKB. So we'll see if they're going to be able to find anything with that BKB on him.
Illusion.
As the fight still should be quite difficult for IG. It's going to take a lot of great synergy coming out with their abilities. They need to try to find Fade in the backline so the global doesn't just mess up their synergy. But this is an incredibly farmed Silencer. Still keeping up in net worth versus those offlaners at least.
Yeah. Now over here.
The high ground defense from IG is, of course, very nice with the combo that we talked about, the Curse, the Terrorize.
Yep.
Also, just the way that XXS is spinning out with the Manta. Radiance can continue to push waves out pretty safely.
SRF just doesn't contribute much because of the start that ended up happening. Just so under-leveled, so under-farmed. Gonna be incredibly difficult for him to even get a stun off in the fights. All 3 cores have BKB. We have Broom BKB, Storm BKB, Clink's BKB. Has to try to go for the Venge or the Silencer in the backlines. But Fade has hacks.
IG, they're coming out.
See what they find.
With the jump onto DDC. DDC, he'll be caught out. He's down, but Yang jumps in straight away with the BKB. Gress still with the BKB up. They look like they'll back off from one another. So IG they get a pick off, and they'll get out. Not the biggest, but still a kill nonetheless, and something that Thunder at the moment haven't punished.
Thunder doesn't want to fight without their Venge. It's a Venge, but the amount that a Venge actually applies in your team fights is pretty absurd. It's the save mechanics, and then the aura as well as the Wave of Terror amplifies your damage so much in these engagements. IG positioned around their ward with the high ground. Scan comes out.
Yang, he's in straight away. The BKB is there to remove the global silence as XXS looks to focus down Fade, but the rest of his team suffering on the backlines. The primal split managed to work through Q and now look towards SRF. It's going to find him too. SRF down, the buyback's coming out from both of them. On this back towards the shrine, they jump forward, looking at aggressive. He's able to heal up. The primal split's still alive. Yang's able to blink out.
The stun follow-up.
Oh, does get the opening, but DDC's there with the save. SWAT 3 is up to the high ground. Thunder still in the retreat, another concoction. Being charged up, but they're backing out. They don't want to fight any longer. Nice man to dodge there of his own stun. There was 2 buybacks used by IG there during that fight. Both Q and SRF looking to come back into that.
XXS didn't have the Chemical Rage available at the start of that fight, so otherwise he would have probably killed the Silencer a bit faster. It took him quite a long time just doing like the regular punches without Chemical Rage, and the global got off before he did get the stun.
And it was before he hits the 20 where he's got this damage now, this crazy damage.
Exactly.
The plus 400 damage, plus 400 damage.
It was relatively close to the global. If he had gotten right on top of him with the concoction, then maybe Q wouldn't get globaled and brought down. But yeah, they have to find a good way of getting on top of the silencer before that global. Right now, they could still try, though. There is no global available. Bruce splits down, too. This is probably one of their best windows if they can look for Thunder when they're split up.
XXS. And he goes. Finds the stun onto DDC, but he gets hexed by Fade. Backup's coming in, though. Aggressive jumps forward straight over the overpower onto DDC. Finds him. Freeze will be able to get the kill on the backline. As Q's down. Freeze spots the BKB. Heads straight forward, but XXS with another stun. He's already found a second. Freeze trying to focus down XXS. He'll chase him. XXS has got a concoction cooking up. Freeze still with a bit of mana left in the pot. Uses the zip to dodge it. Looking to continue to chase, but XXS gets the blink off. He's still being chased down. Here's Sylar. Did go down. Aggressive was able to find him in the middle lane as Freeze. His attention was being drawn away by XXS, so Sylar was left vulnerable, and IG get themselves another big kill.
That's pretty much one of the first big fights that IG's actually won here. And again, Q just gets singled out over and over again. They had the vision of him from the high ground. Both Yang as well as Freeze full commit onto this poor Wyvern and get the kill. But on the backlines, they really tried to focus fire the Alchemist.
They did.
They used the
that
Freeze.
meant Sylar was vulnerable.
Yeah, Sylar's full BKB duration, Freeze's full BKB duration, then Sylar gets chased out by Baboka and Aggressive. I'm glad that Aggressive is carrying a dust in that extra inventory slot. Very important for him to try to go for those kills on the Clinks. And now with the Basher, he's got much better chances to look for Storm and Clinks. They're smoked up right now. XXS has turned off his Radiance, but smoke is done.
Old and sweet.
So what Thunder's next plan of action is they've had this impressive lead sort of from the start, but still unable to break high ground with it. All tier 3 towers yet to be really damaged at all.
Yeah, and IG's really starting to get some big important items. They've got the blink on Baboka now, even a gem to start clearing out a lot of that vision. XXS had some armor issues, no longer. AC's finished, as previously mentioned. Aggressive has that BKB, has the Basher. So very crucial items have come out now for them.
Q. He's going to blast in the wave. They jump on him immediately, but Aggressive. He's in. They get the swap, but the Hilcontron was already flying out. And with the fear, Sylar can't do anything. They get Sylar. They are going to be able to get DDC as well. They've lost 2 themselves, but with the 3 cores still ready to go, IG, they'll fight on. A concoction lands down onto Yang. IG bringing the game back into their hands.
And they get the gem from Thunder now. So losing the 2 supports, well worth it there. As you see, the Basher coming into play right away.
And we were saying, XXS Alchemist.
Yup.
He was in his element. SRF and Aggressive, feeding, not farming. That means he's going to do his stuff. That's what he needs. We saw it before.
We saw it yesterday.
He loves it when his side lanes suffer. Because XXS says, well, that's more excuse for me to just take over the map, take over the game, take over the farm. And now, in a game where, I mean, when else do you sort of see a carry and an offlaner so far behind, and then the game ends up being at a point where they could win it?
Absolutely.
When the SRF still on the bottom 4 net worth. Aggressive starting to recover nicely with the big kills that he's getting in these fights, but for the longest of time, he was down there on the bottom half of that net worth board. The XXS Alchemist, there's something magical about it that just gets the team going in these fights. I mean, we're seeing the concoction after concoction. Obviously, Baboka as well, the Dark Willow play, the sort of terrorizes, just making it so hard for Thunder to really play against.
Yeah, and it's getting to the point where Thunder still has a crazy amount of damage, but they are these 3 pretty obnoxious tanky cores to play against on the side of IG. The Ursa now at this point, the global doesn't matter. He gets the BKB up, gets the enrage. You're not going to crush through that one. The Alchemist, you can't focus fire him too much, so your choice is we kill SRF, which doesn't really do much because he's kind of just dying anyway. His job is to die this game. So yeah, IG. And an outstanding recovery now.
Wow! Wow!
Exactly.
This game. I was seeing some of the replays of the last fight.
Quick bash, very fast swap by DDC, but doesn't matter. The fear clips Sylar. Same with the follow-up stuns. Look at these 3 bruisers stack up on top of one hero, then they go to the next one, the 3 bruisers again, go for Yang.
Didn't get the primal split off.
Basher, I mean, Basher's a great item versus that, versus the Drunken Brawler of the Brewmaster.
See what Thunder's plan is now. That lead, only a 3K lead.
Doesn't really feel like that much of a lead anymore. They've bought themselves... Oh, okay, they didn't buy themselves a new gem. Sorry, Baboka's gem is on Thunder's, and Thunder's gem is on IG. All right. So smoke coming out. They've got global. Their death pact is about to end, though. It's about a quarter left on it.
Freeze. Immediately to Q. Still alive though with the Glimmer Cape. They are going to put the Global, but already aggressive. He's on top of DDC. They do lose SRF once. Yang, the primal split. They'll zip back forward, looking to take SRF for second time. The cold embrace is out upon him, but Q loses his life for it. SRF does still fall. Thunder find themselves too. They do get the Hex down. The Terrorize coming out though. The counterplay. Freeze. He's terrorized. Bashed up. Sylar is well in trouble. He pops the BKB. He's on the retreat. Eats the cheese. But the concoction's there from XXS. They found Sylar. They found Freeze. Thunder have to get out. But DDC being chased down by XXS's Illusion Army will get popped as well. When they find anything else, they do have the Yule's control onto Yang Yang. Pops the BKB. Aggressive looking for the bash. Doesn't find it. Yang will be okay, but again, these fights, and I really feel, again, the Willow.
The Willow, the
Willow, every single fight.
The fear clipping Freeze. Any type of disables catches this Storm or this Clinks, they are just dead as soon as Alchemist or Ursa jump on top of them. And this actually forced Sylar to buy back as they scanned the Roche and they saw the tick come out that Radiant was positioned around. And now for the first time since the 0-minute mark, IG has claimed the net worth advantage.
Baboka with the gem. He's got vision on Fade. He spots him out. He closes in. He's got aggressive with the backup for Freeze. Zips forward. Does get the control onto aggressive. Aggressive in trouble and does go down.
Oh, the bait.
A successful bait indeed by Fade will mean that IG lose the gem, and now XXS will be fine. Freeze a little low on mana to go for the kill or the control. Just as IG start to really seeming to recover themselves this game, they do slip up a bit. Aggressive will buy back, and so will the Willow. The Winter's Curse, holding down the 2 of them. They need that terrorizing play if they want to go for it. It comes down, and again, the control, the BKB does come out for Yang in time. DDC with a swap down, trying to save Yang. Will cost DDC his life. But Baboka, as he got follow-up, he's found Fade. Fade does have a Glimmer Cape, buying him some time. Actually, a self-heals there a little bit by Baboka. And it was sent up, I believe, by the Panda.
Self-heals.
It was self-heals.
Yeah.
He was trying to remove it.
He was just trying to buy time for his team to get over there. Aggressive and Baboka both buying back that.
But they're going to get the
Roche.
worth
it, yep.
They're going to get the Roche after buying back. So those buyback, specifically aggressive one,
and they're getting more and more big items. The Aghanims are starting to be queued up on the Alchemist. Aggressive, I believe, has the Abyssal Blade, which is the best item in the game, pretty much versus Clinks. Maybe you could argue Hex as well, but on these melee heroes, the Basher, the Abyssal, so good versus both Storm and Clinks. So who do you think who's the Aghanim's going to?
I think it's going to be aggressive.
Is it aggressive or is it SRF?
I mean, as we said last time, there were a lot of good Aghanims upgrades to the game, and he did give it to the Wraith King first. I think this game, though,
he's got to give it SRF.
He's got to give it.
Really? I think he gives it to the Wraith King.
I think he gives it aggressive.
Really? I think he gives it to the Wraith King.
Let's see.
He's giving it to aggressive. Damn it, you're always right.
No, he gave it to SRF. You're right.
Nice.
He does.
Okay.
Well, so we've seen him do it twice. Every time they do it, they will always give it to the Wraith King first. Which is fair enough. It's a good Axe upgrade.
He can get like 2 concoctions off if he dies as Alchemist while he's dead. No, I mean it's excellent because then they actually can get Q is dying before every fight starts. Now, it doesn't matter. He will get his spells off when he's dead.
Still on the illusion there, Yang. Will Primal split and get it out of there. And of course 25 yet, so it's still the long cooldown, so they'll know Primal split unavailable for 90 seconds.
Saw XXS took the went for damage this time around. I think the last game he did go for the rage regeneration, but this time he wants to be able to get those bashes off more. The attack speed does increase quite a lot with that base attack time. And with Abyssal Blade, can definitely bash down, bash lock, Clinks Hold the Storm. Unless any other items coming out for Thunder. I haven't seen them really picking up too many big significant items after that last few team fights.
Yeah, they just look at the they've got Yang's AC.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty big pickup.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The auras continue to build up. Freeze will be going for a Hex next. Level 25s are starting to come out. Alchemist and Storm, the first two to get it. Ursa, pretty close to it as well. Chooses to finish the bots before going for that second Aghanim's. Okay, Siler with Lincolns. That's also a pretty big one, being able to block those Abyssals. Aggressive. If Freeze gets hit by Abyssal there, he's just dead.
Yeah, and he himself doesn't have a Lincoln's to sort of help him against that sort of play.
Yeah, and Aggressive even has the Refresher Shard too, so could potentially go for like the double Abyssal plays, double BKBs. Is there smoke? They're looking for an engagement.
Success, charging it up. Yang jumps forward, puts the BKB. The Global Silence comes out as well. DDC getting focused first. DDC will go down. Yang has the... Oh! He's going to get bashed. Have they got the bash? The bash, the control, the terrorize coming down. That's going to be... He's held in place. Have they got the damage, though? He's pretty beefy, Yang. Yang still alive for now. The Cursed Crown Stone comes out as well. SRS still trying to beat down on the Brewmaster. There's been a buyback from DDC. Yang finally does get the chance to put the Primal Split off as SRF will fall. They've taken down XXS. He's gone for 90, but Boka gets picked off by Salar as well.
Thunder crushed this fight.
They did. They've got the Hex. They've got another. SRF goes down as well. For sure, he's got that. But it's not going to be enough. The Axe, sort of 7 seconds to do anything in return as they lose 4. And they just... so much was thrown on the Brew there.
He soaked the AC because he got the AC picked up. He's actually very, very tanky because of this now. And XXX actually died at the very start of the fight. He died incredibly early. Siler just focused him down right at the beginning, and he didn't have gold for buyback. He was actually 90 short when he did die initially. Wow.
Just so much on Yang, and he was stunned. The BKB wore out. They've terrorized him, and it still wasn't long enough. I mean, Aggressive was on top of him, punching him away, but
he used the Refresher Shard to Abyssal him again, too. They tried to throw everything to lock this Brew down, but weren't able to actually kill him before the split. Changes everything. And Thunder. Now going to be able to claim a Rax here. Maybe even more than one. 20 seconds for Alchemist. Has buyback, but doesn't look like he wants to use it.
See how much more they can get. Thunder. Towards the middle lane. Now will be more aggressive. Doesn't find the bash. Now he's getting Hex. He's getting control. Winter's Curse trying to be used to save him, given time to get out, but it's not enough. He'll lose the Aegis. Aegis has gone. XXS can't find the stun. He's going to look to try and chase Primal Split up again. Baboka's coming for the sideline. They've got the bash onto Freeze. Freeze did get the BKB out, so Baboka can't follow up with the Terrorize. Freeze will escape.
Huge couple moments there for Thunder. Aggressive when he initially jumped in there, he didn't use the Abyssal. I guess because Siler had the Lincolns anyway, so he was going to be able to.
Yeah, full set of racks bottom, a melee racks taken mid. Finally for Thunder, they are able to break the high ground after having that lead, then it's slipping away, and now getting the game back under their control.
Dude, click on the silencer, man. This is support. He's got a Hurricane Pike coming out, and he's got 3,300 gold on top.
Refresher orb, yeah.
He's top 4 net worth. Pretty much this entire game catching up to his Clinks.
Very strange game indeed.
Remarkable performance by Fade. Dealing a lot of damage in the team fights now.
Yeah, 7-3 and 18.
Yeah, 164 in.
That's right. XXS actually queuing up an MKB rather than the further Aghanims.
They want to be able to. They need to be able to kill this Brew.
Yep.
During that lockdown. Yang getting close to 25 now too. So, yeah. that primal split cooldown. It'd be cool, you know, it'd be cool if he went for the Drunken Brawler talent and they just don't even have the MKB just yet. Just get all that evasion.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that. I've never seen that taken.
Never ever seen it.
It is one of those talents where the other one is just too good to ever not take. Maybe if you were going for if you saw some sort of brew that was going for just full right click sort of carry build, you know, where you just do much more not being in the ultimate. That's the only time you take that when you.
I mean, it's just like
no one does that in pro games.
Most of the time when you're playing versus brews and you get to level 25, it's just like, all right, they've got their MKBs. This ability just becomes kind of moot. It's not really even there anymore. That'd be pretty sick, though.
Sylar. TV room. Roshan not quite up yet. That is the second Hex
freeze. Yeah, and he's got an Arcane Rune as well now.
Straight down mid they go, Thunder. Ready to try and end it.
IG's positioned here on the high ground. Oh, Thunder's actually making the smoke, putting a base ward.
See, swap into the Hex, into the global, no response.
Yep.
He's going to have that 7 seconds with the Wraith King Axe, but he'll still fall, of course. As that is the Ursa dead for 2 minutes.
They get the fear onto freeze, but not looking to make anything happen off of it. Swap into Hex, man. Venge, swap into Hex. I think we've been seeing that in like every game that there's a Venge.
Just what is the counterplay?
Can't let them get those base wards on. They should probably know that the base ward's there,
though. Wards, yeah. That's your best manner of dealing with that sort of play. Sylar. Got vision on XXS. They want to try and open up. They have what? Swaps backups. They can do the swap Hex play again.
They could. They don't have global this time, though.
But they go for it.
He gets
BKB off. XXS. Whoa, quick with the reactions. Aggressive. He's on top of EDC. XXS on top of Sylar. They're bringing aggressive over as well, but Sylar with the skeleton wall will be able to get himself away. Q being dragged in, but Q's still alive. He's going to be able to survive for this one. Turns with the cold embrace onto aggressive. It's not enough to save him. Aggressive will fall. Freeze. He's going to zip forward, looking for Baboka. SRF's got his eyes on Sylar. Sylar, can he get himself away from this? The Lincoln's helping him from the first stun. The concoction does connect. SRF getting beat down by Yang and Freeze. They'll turn towards XXS, dragging him in. XXS with the Manta. The concoction trying to escape. The creep gets Hex, but it doesn't matter. They still get the kill on XXS. SRF now getting surrounded. But those last 7 seconds, can he do anything as the Alchemist? He cannot fade. Will get up to the high ground. XXS buying back. Freeze looks towards Q. Q goes Scepter. And saves himself from a little bit of the right clicks, but still Freeze zips across the tree line, and GG will be called. IG does tap out, and Thunder will take game 1. But certainly a back and forth one, and one that IG, they nearly swung it back in theirs.
They did. Damn, Yang is a very good brewmaster. His dispels his like the way that he pulled attention off of everybody else too. And I believe at the end there, he saved the Clinks over and over again. He threw up the Alchemist in the air. I think he dispelled the Ursa's overpower. But Aggressive also had a pretty rough game on the Ursa. Not really able to find these exact positionings. Yeah, it almost did come back to a comeback, though.
It really did. It was sort of the same XXS Alchemist effect that we saw in the other game. And
dude, DDC, look at DDC did his job. 13 deaths. He has almost more deaths than the whole team combined. What a boss.
As you say, just across the board, impressive play from Thunder. And I guess SRF and Aggressive were just a little too far behind, because it certainly had the feeling that if they just weren't that far behind off the back of the lanes, they probably would have been all right, because we saw how much they could do once they got the items that they needed and were able to fight around with XXS.
It was
just a little too slow from them.
It was really smart laning that Thunder ended up getting with, right? The Venge and the Clinks versus this Wraith King and Willow. The Wraith King actually just can never stun the Clinks, so they have to go for the Venge over and over again, but they didn't actually get the chance to. The first wave was won pretty hard by Thunder. They get level 2, and then they just kill this Wraith King 2 or 3 times, and that lane is just done. SRF has lost his positioning in the game. Aggressive started to come back from like the fear plays, getting those bashes, but yeah, it mostly was just XSS and Baboka, again, really trying to put this together for their team, but the far committals forward with the global silences over and over again, the supports couldn't get much off. Q just kept dying. It was very hard for him.
Oh, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So game one going the way of VGJ.Thunder. And yeah, as we say, a very back and forth game indeed. There was definitely a point where it looked like IG might have been able to do it.
Close.
Game two, I mean, obviously they didn't win with the Alchemist. Is it an issue enough to sort of warrant a ban? Have you got to be thinking about XXS picking it up when you're drafting against him, or do you just let him play it?
I think they can let him play him. I think the bigger thing is that IG at least have to look at is just the laning phase. I think that's really what lost them this game. They were put in a position where they went, I guess you could say, even in one lane, and then the other two lanes just didn't go well at all. They lost their top lane pretty hard. Bottom lane also, Yang got full free farm.
Side lanes.
So I think that's the biggest issue for me is just the lanes. Make some stronger lanes. They have these three melee cores, and you look at Thunder, they drafted these two range strong dominating cores right now.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere. Game two between these two Chinese Titans will be on the way. Thunder versus IG. We'll be on your screens in a few minutes. We'll see you soon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the International 2018 group stages. We are in the second game of the first series on this stream today. VGJ.Thunder versus IG. I'm ODPixel with Fog. Game one, as we saw, Thunder were able to take it. Bit of a struggle in the mid-game against IG as XXS's Alchemist came online, but they were able to close it up at the end of the day. Let's see what happens this time round. Do you think we're going to see some changes in the the opening phases of the draft, Fogged? Anything that you feel for IG, obviously, are coming off the back of a loss, are going to want to take away from Thunder?
I don't know if they want to just take anything away. I think the biggest thing I took away from that last one for IG was just, solidify your lanes just a bit better. Pick stronger heroes for laning phase. So maybe they do want to, if they want to go for the Wyvern, they have to pick themselves a lane that can be appropriate with it. I think some other ranged hero can work well with it. They're going to give the Silencer again to Fade, who was an absolute beast on the hero. Very good globals overall throughout the game, but also just the amount of farm he got was crazy.
And surely they're just going to take the Silence Avenge as well. I mean, the sort of the swap initiation.
I think that's where you take it. I think you take the Venge.
Yeah, you got to take the Venge away.
I think Venge is what secures your lanes.
Yep.
So I think you could go for the Venge Clinks if you want to.
Yeah.
Remaining.
I think that wouldn't be a bad move from IG.
5 seconds remaining.
We know they do sort of love their Wraith King and such, but the last game's Wraith King was very underwhelming.
Yeah, I think that could have put a sour taste in their mouth.
He got absolutely crushed. That's Saraf.
So Venge Clinks, if they want to take the Clinks, that is. I don't know if you want to open with the hero, though. Maybe is Tiny left? Tiny's left. Maybe Venge Tiny.
Yeah, Venge Tiny wouldn't be that bad at all.
Was Tiny banned? Tiny was banned.
Tiny was banned. Yeah, later on in the draft.
Okay.
Take the Wyvern.
So take the Wyvern again.
Venge Wyvern.
I mean, Q loves Wyvern. It's not like the game was just hard for him. He was a Wyvern versus Storm. They were playing under Vision nonstop. He just kept getting jumped over and over again. Maybe he was a great Wyvern player.
They might feel they have to take the Willow earlier, because I feel like surely if Thunder might ban out the Willow, because that combo was really good.
But then you're just giving up the Venge and the Silencer again.
Well, no, if they pick, I guess if they pick Venge. Yeah, you're right. Do you really want to give away Venge Silencer?
It seems like
they'll for sure take it.
The thing is that
they don't pick it.
It's like in the mid game, the Venge Silencer is but the laning phase, the Silencer secures one lane, the Venge secures the other. So
it's just so good, and they played it so well as well. Oh, I don't know about that. Picking the Ursa earlier.
They did the same picks.
But picking the Ursa as a second pick.
This Thunder, what they're going to do is
the Ursa got crushed in the lane.
But they're going to ban Brew. They're going to ban Brew in the fourth. Yeah. Because Brew really does cause a lot of problems for Ursa.
Surely, surely they just hit the Venge here. Like,
10 seconds.
Unless they just want to play differently. The Venge was, and sure they had that mid game that sort of went a bit wonky, but I don't think it was the Venge fault. DDC Venge was fantastic.
No, DDC was great. DDC died 13 times, but doing his job.
Won them the lanes.
Yeah.
Won them the lanes. Just take the Venge again.
I mean, they crushed top lane because of that.
Yeah.
VGJ.Thunder.
Yeah.
Same picks.
No surprises. They're smart boys. They take the Venge.
Yep.
I say if you're Thunder, I think you do ban the Willow. You don't think you do? The Willow's... It's Baboka Willow. You banned his Pugna, ban out his Willow as well. Don't let him have one of these two heroes.
His Willow was very strong. They just need a better way to work with it with the lane. They're going to take out the Alk.
Yeah, respect for the XXS out.
Pretty sure they're going to ban the Brew. I would imagine IG bans the Brew. After that last game, you got to give some respect to Yang. Played it very, very well.
I will be honest, I would be very surprised if we see them ban the Legion over the Brew again, because that's what they did last game. They banned the Legion Commander.
They did. That's very true.
Surely, as you said, we've seen Yang play the Brew. I'm sure he plays a great Legion, but one of them's a Legion and one of them's a Brew.
Exactly. One is a good hero, and one is just traditionally not really that great of a hero in professional Dota.
So Thunder...
They take out the Drow, makes sense still, versus Silencer Venge, and you're playing with an Ursa. You know, kiting is already always a problem for Ursa. You don't want to get kited around.
5 seconds remaining.
And of course, the other big hero still in there. Clinks is still there if Thunder do want to go the same way that they did last game. So I had
the Ursa is good versus it, though. If he doesn't have... Well, because he got owned.
Sure, yeah.
He got owned in laning phase, so...
But I feel like because they banned the Alk as well, that might lead towards that they do want to play the Clinks again. You know what I mean? They may have felt last game, okay, the Alk is actually kind of good. in terms of just sort of getting that constant stun onto the clicks.
Yeah, I want to see Sylar playing. I was mentioning about the bench just complementing a lot of Sylar's heroes. I want to see Sylar play his Lycan or his Terrorblade.
I bet the Terrorblade I think is a fantastic pick against the Ursa.
Yeah. The thing is, you kill everybody. Like if you get cursed next to people, everyone's dead. But that's going to usually happen.
That's going to be the case. Yeah, a lot of heroes that the Sylar's going to be picking.
Sure.
And yeah, as you mentioned, Lycan, we've seen it banned out a few times against Thunder on the previous days. It's still there if they do want to grab it. Taking a long time with this ban. Ban the Willa. Like, what else are you worried about Baboka playing? We've seen him play as Earth Spirit. I don't think that's sort of ban-worthy, even though it's beautiful to watch. It's still an Earth Spirit.
It is pretty good at messing up if you are trying to go for some type of initiation plays. That could be something they're considering.
Yeah, it's just out of the two heroes, you're definitely more worried about Willa. I mean, who else on RG's lineup are they worried about getting certain heroes? That is the question. What else from XXS have we seen him on that's been hot? Well, they banned out his TA last game. Are they going to ban the Huskar? All right. So IG, do they want to ban that Clinks? Because there's a high
Clinks
chance.
or Brew? I'm still on board for banning that Brew.
Yeah, I'd go to say that was definitely the bigger issue.
It was so annoying for the Ursa.
Because he was so far behind at the start aggressive. He did not have a great lane at all because of Yang's Brew.
5 seconds remaining. I
mean, you can certainly tell aggressive's he's going to be telling Q ban the Brew. It's just up to Q if he wants to do that. Like, aggressive could not have had fun against Yang last game.
The drum intensity is getting.
Oh yeah. And both teams going well into their reserve time on this on the 5th bans.
I think these teams know each other so well. All the Chinese teams.
Invictus.
Yeah, we were right. Okay. I was like, I think they were debating. They were like, how annoying was this Brew? Do we really have to take it out? That's those types of discussions that go down, and they take the Clinks.
Okay. I like that.
It's better. You can solidify the lanes better. It's great versus Venge too. You can always dodge the missile.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. And this hero playing Venge and Silencer, like Silencer support. That you're not going to have fun versus the Clinks in the game. The Clinks is just going to get on top of you if he has a good start, and you are dead. You have no way to disable this hero by any means.
Invictus Gaming.
This is the Tiny, okay. So, pretty good versus Clinks. Heavy burst damage. And we did learn. What did we learn yesterday, Owen?
You can't dodge the tree throw. If you target the Clinks. Yeah. If the Clinks is targeted with the tree toss. He can dodge it.
He dodges. You messed up.
The other way.
We did this. We tested all of them yesterday, and you messed. So yeah. Come on, man.
So indeed, it is.
You can't dodge toss. You can't. And you can't dodge the tree toss.
No, you can.
Oh, you can dodge the tree toss.
You can dodge the tree toss, but you can't dodge toss.
Yeah. However, if the Tiny throws the tree at something in front of you, the cleave, or behind, yeah, it still does connect.
Which you'd imagine the Tiny's going to know. So
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if there's any sort of clutch times the Clinks lives, and we're going to be like, the Tiny should have thrown that tree past him. We've got the kill.
But it's still good. Tiny's very good burst damage versus Clinks either way.
CM.
Crystal Maiden. Oh, wow. Look at that. Much stronger lanes coming out for IG this time around.
Yeah,
they still have the Wyvern Ursa, but they get rid of the Brew, which was very pesky, and they've got CM Clinks. I think CM Clinks is a, I want to say, I don't know if it's just the Chinese teams that are doing it a lot, but I've seen the Chinese teams do it more than the Western teams, just running these two together in the same lane. Because you get a slow, you can't actually turn and really hit the Clinks. The Clinks is going to hit you several times with strafe and with searing arrows. That's pretty strong. And I think CM is just still a super good hero.
I wonder, so would you imagine what Tiny's going to be played by Yang?
Invictus
must be right. And they are going to do the Sylar Terrorblade.
They did the Terrorblade too. Nice. Okay, that's kind of what we thought it would be.
Yeah, and it is a good pick. So sure, as you said, so the Winter's Curse is annoying, but you look at Ursa and Clinks, full physical. You know, Terrorblade, he's got armor for days.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you say, with the backup of the Venge, it's beautiful. And Sylar's Terrorblade, I believe, on day 1,
crushed
a flawless game.
That was versus LGD. Yeah.
5 seconds
It,
remaining.
it was.
It was
wasn't
LGD because
It
maybe he was
against
playing
LGD.
the Leshrac and he walked in and
Yep,
got
it was
shredded.
against Somnus. Yeah.
The Terrorblade Venge combo is very scary, the damage that they can deal, even in the laning phase. Just a Wave of Terror plus a Metamorphosis.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's very strong. So, I think Thunder has to ban out Tinker, right? They might
does
still
XXS
have
play
to.
Tinker?
I think you just might have to. Yeah, they banned the Storm. You have to ban Tinker.
Okay.
IG banned the Storm, you have to ban the Tinker now as Thunder.
What else could XSS play if the Tinker indeed is taken out? Any sort of
Let me look through.
I mean, I
this.
said we saw Somnus play Lesh against it, but Lesh looked underwhelming.
Yeah.
It did not look too hard at all.
10 seconds remaining.
What about the Lina for XXS?
I guess they could still put the Clinks mid too. That's the one thing we can't overlook.
But then you still want to draft something with magical burst against the TB.
Definitely.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
so
definitely,
what do you then put on the side lane?
I like.
That could be the answer.
I think I like Clinks in the side lane this game, but I was just throwing that they still could be an option.
Because
yeah.
the Lina, but
Are they gonna ban Tinker?
Lina got banned out against
They banned
XXS.
TA.
Oh, so Tinker's still there.
Tinker's in the pool.
So you think you just?
I
take
think
Tinker?
IG's just
You
going to take Tinker. But what does Thunder take here? Maybe they pick Amber here in order to preemptively pick versus the Tinker?
I don't know. Is Ember good against Klings and Ursa? I guess he's
No, not
if he gets
really.
on top, if one
It's
of us
not
got
really
top of him like a Orchid or Basher, he's
They
gone.
take the
so,
Lina.
Okay, Thunder take the Lina. I think they think they're being smart because they're thinking, oh, we got it. We took it away from IG, but I think you're
think they
actually
want
right,
Tinker,
and they
right?
wanted Tinker. They didn't
I
want
think
Lina.
so too.
You know what they pick if they want to be really cool? What about a Magnus? The XXS Magnus. Last year we saw in the offlane. He's going to take it mid. Bam. Cleave for the illusions.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm going through a
Power
lot
for
of
the
their.
Ursa. Go with the Magnus.
I'm going through a lot of their games. I'm not seeing Tinkers, just to let you know. I don't see them
Okay.
playing it.
Do you see any Magnuses?
I do see a couple.
Oh, you do actually see some Magnuses?
From Super Major.
Oh, okay. God damn it.
Oh, I really don't see. I'm going back really far and I don't see Tinkers. So.
He didn't strike me as a Tinker player. But he is a Magnus player.
Well, they're out of time.
Oh, one of the age-old ways to play against TB.
But isn't Terrorblade also good versus Medusa? Because you have your reflection talent and you pop reflection and Medusa kills everybody on his team?
That is true. But you kill the illusions, right? With the snake and the stone gaze?
Yeah, you kill
Yeah,
you kill the
you build
Terrorblade
Axe.
illusions, but you can't kill reflection. Oh no, you don't go Axe. You definitely don't go Axe.
You know, you sure?
Yeah.
Insta-kill the illusions?
No.
It's not that good.
I mean, the main hero is the problem with Terrorblade. It's not like a CK or something where you just instantly kill the CK's
Yeah,
Phantasm.
it's still going to stone him temporarily. You don't think he's going to build an axe?
I don't think so, no.
Dude's XXS, I'm telling you.
Maybe I'm wrong.
We'll see. So aggressive Clinks and SRF Ursa, so not an aggressive Ursa. They will be playing it that way round.
Huh.
10 seconds.
And yeah, so the Silent Terrorblade, we've seen it. It is amazing in the right setup.
5
Question is, do they have the right setup here?
I mean, it looks
It feels
pretty strong.
good.
They've
because
got
they've
Venge.
got that Venge Silencer that
They've
they were
got-
so good with last game. And they've got a Tiny.
They have Venge with
Yeah.
the two highest base damage heroes in the game.
Yeah.
Tiny once you start getting the Grow, Terrorblade when you get Metamorphosis. You are literally the two heroes that benefit the most from the Vengeance Aura as well as the Wave of Terror. And your illusions. If you die, your Tiny, the illusions are gonna, they do a lot of damage from that Vengeance Aura. Or the invisible illusions, whatever you want to call them. Freeze also benefits from the Venge Aura quite a lot. I'm not sure I like this Medusa pick. Gotta think a little bit more about it though. Because the lane also, right, the Lina, we've seen the Medusa versus Lina lane. Lina wins that.
And it's the Dusha and Wyvern combo as well.
It is the Dusa Wyvern,
And a Baboka Wyvern. Worth
This is
noting
true.
too. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
gonna be
it's
a
not the
flashy
Q Wyvern.
It isn't. It's
Look
Baboka
at
this
that.
time. Q on the CM, of course. So we'll see what Baboka can do. We saw some fantastic positioning and play, obviously, when he plays heroes like the Dark Willow with his Terrorize, and that's going to fit very nicely into the role of a Wyvern as well, looking for him to find those clutch Winter's Curses.
The reflection is, that was known as one of the counters that when the Medusa was getting picked every game, right?
Sure, because of the split shot.
Because of the split
It
shot,
does
you
damage-wise.
yeah, you kill your teammates with reflections. But can also go both ways, because Terrorblade can struggle to get into the fight of Medusa. Huh. Okay. I didn't really expect that. I actually went through like all of the IG's heroes too, and I didn't see. I did see one Dusa from the first day, but that was about it.
Because is this one of those rare games as well where if it goes late, Sylar will take the attack range so we can stay outside of range of the Medusa in the fights and pummel at her so she can't get in range? Is that a chance? Or do you think you still just take the Thunder?
What's your attack range get up to?
Because with the attack range, you would be out of range of the Stone Gaze, right?
You shouldn't be, no.
You shouldn't be?
How much is the total attack range again?
If you have a Dragon Lance. You have a Hurricane
550 plus 300, 880. With Dragon Lance,
With Hurricane
yes.
Pike?
With Hurricane Pike, yes.
Which he should have. He can fight and be outside of range of the Stone Gaze.
Yeah, I guess if he has the Hurricane Pike,
It's like the sniper, right?
Yeah, and I think he should go. Yeah, okay. All right, I can see it. That's level 25.
It is level 25. It's a long way away. But we may get there. It's a game with the Terrorblade.
Am I doing bad math? 550 plus 300, 850, 850 plus, what is Dragon Lance again? 190, right? 140, I mean. So 850, no.
Oh, no, it's radius is 1,000.
Yes, and you have 990. So you are in range of Stone Gaze. You are just in range of it.
I mean, it's Dota. Weird things happen, right?
It's 990.
The maths might not check out, but...
Wait, am I stupid?
Do some quick maths.
I did it right.
Ask the Twitch chat.
550 plus 300, 850.
Yeah.
850 plus 140, 990. 990 less than 1,000. Okay, done.
But the radius is 1,000, right?
The radius of Stone Gaze.
Radius is from this. Radius is
center to the outside.
Is that the radius? Oh yeah, that is because diameter.
It's not that. Oh my God! Oh come on!
It's been a long time, you know, since we sort of did circles and triangles back in mathematics.
So both teams trying to get the lanes that they want right now. We see Q even just TPing to top. And the spam will begin. I mean, Thunder again. Like Thunder's got good lanes again. Pretty strong lanes coming out here.
Let's see if that sort of that Venge lane has much of a punch as it did with the Clinks in game 1. So still yet to use the first Metamorphosis.
It's once they get level 2, they can use the Reflection. They use Metamorphosis. It's going to slow somebody. Then they can go with the stun and the Wave of Terror. A lot of damage is going to kick through. They got to be careful. Ursa does have 8 armor, but Boca only sits at 1. And here we already see the bullying begin.
In the mid lane, Lina versus Medusa. How do you reckon we're going to see this one go?
We usually see the Linos win.
Yep.
It all depends on how many times you get hit by the snake. And this time, I mean, Exodus is actually just targeting freeze with the snake, which is very smart. Because it's always going to bounce to that range creep next to the Lina. But we do tend to see Linas win.
Make it go here.
Aggressive.
On to aggressive.
He's got stick charges. We'll be okay. She's got a mango. Oh, I was hoping that they'd be able to get a couple more hits off.
Yeah, it doesn't quite cancel the salve either.
No.
Young's able to keep his distance.
They kind of split their damage between the Tiny and the Silencer there.
Chase towards DDC being made here. SRF get in with the Earth Shock.
Oh, wow. He actually went for the Conjure Image talent. I thought they would go for Baboka, going for kills on Baboka when they got level 2 with the Reflection plus meta, but whenever they have meta, bottom lane is very strong for Thunder. When meta is down, they can start to get ran down pretty easily from it, these Wyvern and Ursa. There's going to be them having to just watch their positioning.
Only the Ursa a little bit behind us here, but overall still very close. No one getting truly bullied out of lanes at the moment. First 3 minutes, still yet to see anyone go down.
I was trying to glance to see if Aggressive has played the Clinks, actually. And going through the couple of games that they've played, at least here and also in recent past, he hasn't played Clinks too much. Sort of a quiet early game here.
Top tower is under attack.
Quiet early start here, 3 minutes. Jeez, the Venge's Wave of Terror spam has actually built up 10 stick charges on the bottom lane for both SRF and Baboka. Baboka used his, but SRF has 10 still.
Freeze out of regen at the moment in this middle lane, so does have to...
He actually has to go back to base.
Yeah, he's got to back off.
XXS, just, yeah, he's actually just targeting him with the snake. I've seen a lot of the players when they're versus rangers, they try to hope for the bounces, but...
Bottom.
Sylar.
Slowed by the Earthshot. He's gone. That's first blood. And by the looks of it, a second one as well. One more swipe. Two
Stick.
more.
Stun.
Oh, the missile. DDC with the splinter blast from Baboka. Secure themselves the second kill. Clinks does go down at the same time, though, as Yang. He's in. He's looking for Q as well. The tree throw, not enough. But they do get that aggressive kill between the two of them. So both side lanes starting to kick off. Sylar. SRF did spend a few hits there, punching into an illusion.
Can he close the... He can't actually get close enough to Baboka.
Baboka will be able to salve up as well. Sylar with that next round of Metamorphosis, looking to secure the CS close to the tower.
And if Sylar even under the Metamorphosis is getting pressured by this lane right now. That is problematic for Thunder. Their top lane is probably going to be the lane that's going best for them because, yeah, mid lane, XSS is doing great. Yeah, again, just target him with the snake every single time. Gets all of his mana back. Who played the matchup the other day? Because it went very heavily Lina favored.
It was it SCCC's Medusa?
It was, you're right.
Against
ZYD.
ZYD's Lina.
That's right. That is right. SCCC recovered afterwards, but the laning phase was, yeah.
Yeah, ZYD at the edge. Really sort of spamming him out with the Dragon Slave, sort of those early level. Cancelling the clarity as well there, XXS. And just constantly keeping this mana advantage.
He's just full mana, and he's got CM aura, so he always has enough to spam. Yang's up, going for aggressive. He will be dead.
Very nicely done here by the two of them.
So we were talking about the squishy clinks when you're playing versus Tiny. Yang has a toss back as well. He's kind of standing still for a second. Okay, gets a toss back. Missed DDC bottom.
Yeah, queued close to Fade, but Fade will be bottled up nicely there by Yang. And get themselves the kill. You said well at the same time as it was down bottom.
DDC stepped up a bit too far. This lane going infinitely better than the last time for SRF. He's able to get themselves some nice kills, and with Baboka's assistance, those Splinter Blasts putting a lot of pressure onto Sylar. Having to spend a good amount of gold on just regen. The power of CM Aura to spam your lanes. Look at this, they're full mana bottom again pretty much. Medusa still full mana from getting the snake hits too.
SRF, that phase boost now ready to very comfortably sort of dive in if they see the chance to get those overpower stacks up.
Oh yeah, and DDC doesn't even have boots yet. DDC is starting to stack the hard camp, it looks like, for his teammates. They feel like they're having a bit of a struggle down here. Some recovery methods are needed. Oh, XXS with the offensive tip onto Freeze. I think he knows he's winning that matchup pretty hard. And now okay, try commitment down bottom.
The Bay RSRI forwards with the magic missile. With the damage for the Metamorphosis, they've got it.
Great play by Fade again with STP. Just quick movements, unexpected. DDC gets the wraparound, walks in through the tree line to get the perfect angle to get the stun as well. Very nice. I think they recognize that Yang is a bit of a beast up top, and he can kind of be left on his own versus that Clinks now. So aggressive actually has to go grab a creep before he can stand toe-to-toe versus this Tiny, who, with the bottle, is continuing to look for those runes early on.
And am I being crazy or sleeper, or is this normal for the support Wyvern to always get phase boots first?
Not the most normal, no.
Baboka, he's ready to party.
Of course.
He's ready to punch. He's got that plus damage.
Gives him each one hit. Oh, he didn't get the venge hit, but give the other two a tap. They just want to look to put a lot of pressure on this lane with double phase boots, it looks like. Just, They know how important Sylar is to the game plan of Thunder.
Gonna make a go maybe onto SRF again with the slow. There's also the backup for IG. Splinter Blast comes through. DDC does turn, gets the magic missile onto SRF. SRF will be fine. Has also got a salve ready on him to pop. Getting back up pretty much to full health.
They've got a shrine available too. Looks like that's going to be the choice since Baboka's long, man. Usually it's just brown boots on the Wyverns, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just brown.
In the support one.
Sure,
you know, we've seen the core Wyvern, you get the phase boost every time.
Yeah.
And, okay. So he's going phase Maelstrom on support Wyvern.
All right.
So that's definitely not the support Wyvern build.
No.
I think Baboka didn't get the memo.
DDC. Splinter Blast, doesn't it?
What?
Able to distance up. Oh, even throws the one tap onto Fade. Got him. And now they're forcing in the wave. They're trying to go for some dive play here. They know these two supports are low. Q positioning himself. Rotation by Yang now, though. Gotta be careful. So rotation as well from Freeze.
Oh, he's found the boat. Oh, but those phase boots, the movements.
The phase boots.
He's out there. He's in and he's safe and sound.
You don't expect the phase boots.
You don't expect the phase boots support Wyvern. And is he really going to go for that Maelstrom?
Dude, it's Baboka.
I mean,
he's a crazy man.
I mean, if you've got a support Wyvern on your team, you see him farming Maelstrom, are you happy? I mean, I'm happy.
I'd be happy, whatever. If I had Baboka on my team, I'd be great.
Oh, sure, yeah. If you got Baboka on your team, you're like, dude, you can build whatever the hell you want. Phase move Maelstrom. Let's go. I mean, they're doing all right. You know, they've got a 1K lead there. Doing fine at the moment in these lanes.
Yeah, we'll see if he does decide to go for change-ups, though, because there are some pretty damn good items this game. You know, Lotus Orb in particular. That's, of course, for later on, but Lotus Orb this game is probably one of the best because you're countering. You can reflect the Lagunas, you can reflect the Sunders, you can remove Global off the teammates, remove Global off yourself. There's just a lot of uses that it can come out of it. So I think that's probably the best, one of the best items, support items in this game. If they choose to do that. I mean, Baboka might just be the madman and go for the Maelstrom and then be like, Q, you know what? You're going to get a Glimmer or Force Staff and you're the support.
Tier 1 tower top will be taken by Aggressive and XXS. XXS TP straight back towards the middle lane. Just about having the goal to finish off his Mask of Madness.
I hope I get to see, I hope Aggressive does the same thing that Sylar did in the last game as the Clinks. Just now, run from tower to tower. Take those tier 1s. Get that map control. Because once you do get all 3 tier 1s, when you have a Clinks on your lineup, you can go invis, you can even get given the ward, you start placing those aggressive wards deep in the jungle. Gives your team a lot more space to be able to allow XSS to just farm Ancients at pure freedom, which he's already begun anyway, but...
Yeah, it looks like so queuing up the Deso this game, Aggressive as his item of choice for the Clinks. This could have been a game though, right, where the Clinks Maelstrom could have been nice, couldn't it? Against a TB.
Yeah, that's, I mean, we've seen a lot of different builds.
Seen, yeah, but we've seen a lot of different builds.
We've seen people skip the Soul Ring, some people don't skip the Soul Ring. Looks like Aggressive will be. I've seen people rush. I've seen Medallion rush, I saw Maelstrom rush,
MKB.
I saw Orchid rush, I saw MKB rush.
Desolates up.
Yep.
Everything.
I saw
Diffusal.
We did see Diffusal. Who did the
was.
Orchid again? It might have been XXS who did the Orchid rush. He went Orchid BKB.
It was XXS.
I think he went Orchid BKB Hex. I could be wrong. I know I saw one yesterday that went
No,
really
that was
well.
Wasn't it?
It was XXS right here.
Didn't one of the LGD boys do that as well?
I don't have LGD tab open right now.
Is that how Somnus plays it or Ame plays it?
I can't. I remember the game that I saw Ame playing it. He went Maelstrom. Pretty sure he went Maelstrom. We asked the players, you know, I asked Miracle, I asked a couple of the players before we got here, and we'd heard the Clinks is starting to get on the rise. I was asking them what builds, and I got different answers from everybody, so
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Q.
Oh.
Will be found. Quick and easy kill.
Unfortunately, Baboka's taken the Maelstrom out of his corner. Someone on his team noticed. He said, come on.
He'll put it back in there soon.
He'll put it back in there when he knows they're not going to look.
Look at the move by Aggressive.
Straight to mid.
Straight to mid,
Take
look
the
at the pressure towers. Yep.
Under attack.
And
force a glyph, force a reaction. They actually take the whole stack. That's pretty significant as well. That was the stack I was talking about that they were building up for Sylar to catch back up off of, but it is denied. And now Sylar still been having a great time. Very farmed, top 2 net worth, Dragonlance finished, keeping up there with XXS.
Oh, fine fade down
And
on the
again,
bottom.
aggressive walk straight to the tower.
Mid lane.
Good movements.
Looks like XXS will have no trouble sort of holding. There was a bit of a attempt from Freeze and GDC coming in there, but it's pushed off. Top lane is being pushed in by Sada.
Radiant's bottom tower has
One
fallen.
tower will fall. Blink Dagger now complete for SRF, thanks to sort of those 2 tower bounties that they pick up.
SRF is more farmed now at 12 minutes than he was at 35 minutes last time. Siler getting gone on. From that blink reveal, the gang in the area. Starting to get slowed down by Boca. The global, the TP.
Very
He's gone.
nicely done there with that global, just making sure there was no way to cancel those TPs. That's a play from Fade, keeping his teammates safe.
Teamwork. Freeze has gone for Arcane Boots. I guess because he's gonna inevitably be built into the Bloodstone, but Arcane Boots into the Yules. Just to keep that farm going. That's also, I mean, different play styles, different players. So we've seen the double null Aquila. He doesn't go the Aquila, doesn't even have a wand either. Just the double null into Yules. And IG with this Ursa, making their way into the pit. No levels of Cold Embrace.
I was gonna say, taking a lot of damage there.
I thought he actually had one.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
he
he's
was
gonna
tanking
embrace.
it. Yeah. Oh, Regen spawns outside the pit though. That's lovely.
Oh. They should have this. They're getting pretty low.
DDC will scout it.
They're always going to
they're very low.
Very low.
They
What the
actually
Winter's
curse.
goal? They're so low.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Roshan. He claims
gets
one.
the-
He claims 2. Double kill for Roshan.
No way.
And at least XXS can go in and try and finish it up. But Fade and Freeze are there.
bash.
VGJ.Thunder, they get the kill. They get the Roshan Aegis.
God, are you kidding
Oh
me?
no, a disaster around the pit for IG. As Thunder come in, they clean up, aggressive goes down. Q and Baboka trying their best to escape. They're going to be chased. There's a swap from DDC, bringing Baboka in as, Roshan outplayed them all.
And Fade, is he gonna get the curse on Q? He
Yes,
will.
he is. Oh my goodness, I've never seen a bigger disaster around the Roche pit.
The wave of terror, minusing their armor. Roche walks
Just
into all
killed
3,
2 of them.
claps, bashes one, kills another. Then they're running into the pit, and he bashes the Medusa. He bashed XXS, allowed Fade to just walk in, get the last hit, and claim the Roche, the Aegis.
Dire's middle
I think
tower
Roshan is,
my God.
is not an IG fan.
Definitely not. Where was like Siler was just chilling during all that too, just pushing. Well,
Oh my goodness.
that just happened.
Yeah.
He literally Fade just walked right by and he's like, well, look, Medusa's bashed. Hey, an Aegis.
I know what could have changed that. If there was a point in Cold Embrace
There was a point.
and they weren't all that low. If someone at least had a bit of health.
Or,
you know, that's
I
gonna
mean,
be,
you could say a lot of things. You could say he could have earned instead of phase boots. He might have earned charge. They could have been earning up. You could say tons of things like that.
poor Baboka. Yeah, he's queuing up a Glimmer Cat now. There's no
How
mouse
long?
from
How much is that? Oh, did you pull up the graph?
Which button?
It's
I'm
early.
always worried.
It should be F6 and F7 for
I'm
you.
worried that that's mapped as pause on my phone. Oh, that's
You're good. There you go. Buddy swing. About a 5K plus gold swing.
Look at the courier. Courier there.
Well, that really hurts IG. They were everything was going great for them until that point. He takes the 60 damage to Freeze. SRF is found. The Lina, no Yules, stun on cooldown.
Dire's bottom tower
Easy kill for Ursa. Yeah, look, Baboka took the damage down too. He's a madman.
Yang's in with the Shadow Blade. He's found aggressive and with the combo. Oh, it's not enough.
He's trying. Oh! He's
Tried
facing the right direction.
Tried to get in with that Stone Gaze. He does get out. Success. Yeah. See where it looks to make his next play. As in terms of farm overall, Success still leading the charge. He's closing in on that Manta style.
Yeah, still doing great. Just not as great as they would be doing if they got that, of course.
Oh.
And it's okay, drums.
Gets
He
the
had
drums.
the Glimmer Cape
Did have
queued
the
up.
Cape Q. Gets the drums.
Wants
the
some more
talent.
stats. I mean, he's got the damage.
He punches.
All right. Yang sees Q. On the prowl.
Oh, that should be a freebie.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Should be able to anyway. Yep. Meanwhile, Sylar also is able to claim a tower during that with this meta. So IG just looking to farm up there after that rush. Didn't go their way. How's our levels looking? So it's still Medusa at the top, level 15. It's kind of expected when you're able to farm all those Ancients, and you're on Dire, so you get all these this lovely triangle. And it is so finished up now for the Clint. So aggressive. They can still look for hunting. SRF and aggressive.
Yeah, just making space for XXS. They're cool with that.
They're definitely just, you know, I think they did get a bit spooked now. It's just like, wow, we just, you know, that blunder at Roche Pit. Sylar's gotten time to farm. Pretty much even, actually ahead with the Medusa.
This is going to be interesting to see, as we were talking about earlier down the line, how sort of TB versus Medusa fares in the 5v5.
Yeah.
As you say in the past, the Reflection, it should cause a lot of issues for IG's lineup.
Yeah, once you get your 20 talent, the Reflection just, it comes out, it's like 100% uptime. It just over and over again. It's like a 0.5 second downtime on the spell. And it's a Medusa who's going to be split-shotting your teammates.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's
Can be
top
quite
tower
painful.
is under attack.
Yeah. Okay, the courier is finally back. I was like, where's Freeze's Yules? He's got like 2,000 gold on top of him. Yeah, the courier was still dead.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So Yang
Middle tower is
taking this top tower. XXS will TP in, but Yang is going to stick around and will take it. Got the dust though. Yang tries for the TP out. Is he going to make it away as well? He is. Yang.
Nice global again. Fade has 4-step and a TP. But aggressive, hot on the chase.
Death, so he should have the damage.
Just in case the book is being careful. I think they had it anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that he, I mean, as you said, you never want to beat.
That's not a golem. That's not like a warlock golem or something.
Sure.
It's an 80-second golem. You know, that's.
I will rip you apart.
So they've got the blink now on the Lina. So blink and Yules. So Freeze and Yang, they're looking around for making plays with this, the double blinks, Shadow Blades. Well, one Shadow Blade, but
So where Yang can find.
they're looking to stay active. SRF still farming for that BKB on the Ursa. And aggressive, also going for a BKB. Definitely a good BKB game versus Lina and Tiny. And Global. Global's always obnoxious.
So Yang still heading across, so show himself for the creep. So IG know what's up.
They got a sight of aggressive for a second moving through the river.
Yang, look at the toss back.
Oh.
So XXS, straight into the stun. He got the Stokas up, but it doesn't matter. The damage too much.
middle tower.
Very nice play there from Yang.
Great catch, yep. Getting that toss back. Great stun by Freeze, and yes, they're still able to punch right through.
Freeze is found by Voka as well. The setup with the Yules combo allows Sylar to pick up another. As he comes in for the final touch, double kill for him.
Yeah,
tier 2 tower as well.
320 damage when he's next to Venge, not even including that Wave of Terror. So who's going to be the one that builds the Hex on Thunder? Because they've got the Venge, so eventually we will definitely see the Venge swap into Hex plays.
It's probably going to be Fade, but
that's not a while. Yeah, it's a while away. Oh, again, jump forward. Yang finds another, and Sylar with the Manta still has meta. This tower, this Rax, it is dead.
Not much they can do without a Medusa to hold back a push. As that indeed, 21 minutes in, 22 minutes in. A full set of Racks.
Dire's middle barracks
As Thunder
has fallen.
now got Sylar 3.8k gold. Very, very rich indeed after that last little play. And Jang's Tiny, yeah, 405 has been setting up some big openers for Thunder to follow up.
This looks similar to the last time we saw the Sylar Terror Blade with the Venge. Just an immeasurable amount of damage once he starts getting online, and he didn't get slowed down at all really in this game. 4-1-0.
Fade Just managed to afford himself a Ghost Scepter.
Okay.
He's got a chance against all the physical sort of hitters, all 3 cores, the Deuce of the Ursa and the Clinks.
Yeah, he's not concerned now. He'll pretty much will always get, he'll always get global off.
Yeah.
SRF showing himself bottom. Yang is under a sentry, so there will be the blink out from SRF.
Oh, Avalanche off point, but he does still have the toss.
He's going to toss it backwards.
In he goes, into the hands of the rest of the team. The Yule Scepter from Freeze. Aggressive is there to help out as he tries to punch into Yang, but it's not enough damage to bring down Yang. The Laguna Blade from Freeze finishes off SRF. As Aggressive will run himself away with the Skeleton Walk. Does have Q and Baboka in the neighborhood. The Dust catches Aggressive, but he's too fast for VGJ.Thunder to get their hands on. Thunder still happy, getting that kill.
Yeah, Thunder's very happy. Sure, they have 4 heroes down here, but Sylar is the one who wants to be farming, and Sylar is free farming during all of it. Stays top, does not care.
Pretty much got the money for the full Skadi as well. 23 minutes in.
Yeah.
It's, as we said, we saw Sylar have a fantastic Terrorblade game the other day, and this one looks to be a repeat.
So farmed.
And this is, I mean, it's always got to feel good for Thunder when you have this player, you know, Sylar, who is so good on this hero, and it's working in this sort of current patch. You turn up to TI, you've got, you know, this star player being able to perform on his signature hero. They're going to feel like it's their time.
Yeah.
They've got that player in the right place.
They've definitely recovered pretty tremendously from the first day that we saw them, right? They had only 1 win. They came back yesterday getting 2 wins, I believe, over Windstrike it was. And now they're getting themselves some decent drafts, good lanes overall. Plays quite suitable. Next success has changed from the Skadi build, wants to go for the Butterfly versus that heavy physical that's coming out, but still very far behind compared to that. It feels very far behind compared to that Terrorblade now. It's only 2,200 gold, but it feels very significant when it's like a full item ahead. Aggressive have the BKB finished, not quite yet, but they are smoking out with the Ursa's BKB. They want to be sure to be able to contest this Roche that they are pretty sure has spawned. It's near maximum timing. DDC, it's in position.
Straight up with the stun. Aggressive in trouble. The damage from the TB, it's enough. That's going to be the Clinks gone immediately out of the fight. Freeze jumps forward with the Yule. Stone Gaze has come out from XXS. They have to keep the distance for now.
Wait,
swap. DDC gets Baboka back in. They'll find themselves a second. Wait, what?
As soon as Aggressive, right after Aggressive died, he just called it.
Oh. Oh. Oh, damn.
He died instantly as soon as he went up the hill. I think they recognized this Terrorblade is too big.
I mean,
we lost so much of our advantage. We didn't get our Roche. They have an Ursa lineup again, and they did not get the first Roshan.
This is kind of early, G. I mean,
they were about to get wiped, and they were not going to get the Roche. I think they were going to lose very quickly right after that.
All right. Okay.
But still, it still feels preempted. They could have held maybe a little bit longer with Wyverns and Dusa on the high ground, but they were about to lose Dusa. They just lost Clinks, and they're about to lose Aegis and Cheese versus this lineup that is heavily outscored.
I mean, whenever GG's there, look, there's no way they were going for that fight. And Aggressive saying to his team, "Oh, by the way, if I die, I'm going to call GG."
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Like that is absolutely an emotional reflex.
It is
just going GG.
Absolutely, but you could
that was not
feel the way that they were about to get Aegis Cheese, and everything kind of crumbled for them. So you can understand why that.
He didn't have buyback.
He did not have buyback.
He did not have buyback? Oh,
no, he was saving... actually, he might have had the gold that he wanted for that BKB, but dude, he's 1-4 and 2, and the Clinks, like, I can understand why
they were struggling.
But, yeah.
I mean, they had a Medusa. They could have held. That was...
Maybe a little preemptive, but they were definitely going to lose the Aegis and Cheese, and then they're playing into an Aegis Cheese Terrorblade lineup.
It wasn't a great game from RG. It wasn't, and
it was actually it was looking okay, right?
Well, for until the Roche.
And for the it was okay till the Roche.
I did feel like Baboka Wyvern was a little wonky. It didn't feel like he was able to do most of this game.
In the laning phase, they got they put pressure on, but he wasn't able to find the best curses.
And was sort of the phase drums damage? Was that what they needed? Did they?
I mean, it didn't feel like it did anything in particular.
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It was definitely weird.
You never know.
It was definitely bizarre.
Yeah, well, another win for Thunder. Well, they won game 1 as well, didn't they?
They did.
2 wins in the bag for Thunder.
Which puts them at, what are they, 5-5 now? 4 and 5? 5 and 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 5 and 5 now. That's huge for them.
There we go, Thunder. Doing it with the Sylar Terrorblade and literally destroying the side of RG there mentally as well. Like, aggressive, just calling GG as he dies outside the pit. Maybe, you know, it was obviously just a scarring area of the map. We saw what happened earlier for RG around the Roche pit, and he was out of there.
Roche got 2 kills in this game. That was pretty
hard.
That was pretty beast. And Thunder, Thunder and now is 5 and 5, and IG drops down to 4 and 8. After they were looking to have kind of a rise too.
Yeah, it's rough for them. Which would have made it, but that just makes you question why did you? There was a chance.
They're still in an okay because they have Windstrike in their group, and Windstrike's not doing good, so they still have that like cushion. But
sure,
that's still not great.
It's just the bottom team.
Just the bottom
it's just
team.
one team in each group going home out of the group stage, so they should be still around that sense. But yeah, well there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
2-0 for VGJ.Thunder in this 2-game series. As yeah, that was that. Sylar Terrorblade, definitely some of the teams had to be worried about. Looking forward to seeing more of that as the tournament goes on, and hopefully seeing Sylar Terrorblade hit the main stage.
I like Yang lately. Yang and Fade for me
with this game was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, his Brewmaster's been good. He seems to be like the very good micro player on a lot of these, like most of the Chinese players. He seems like one of the best microers. And yeah, I mean, Fade did get to play the Silencer twice, but that was some good stuff.
This opening combo, I think teams have to bear in mind. When they play against Thunder, letting Thunder have the Venge Silencer, it's going to be a hard game for you.
Seems like Silencer's owning.
Got to be careful about them having those two.
Yeah, it's getting banned so much.
So, well, that is it for this. So we've got another series coming up. What is the next series?
Storm versus TNC.
Well, that is that is a PogChamp series, ladies and gentlemen. So do not go anywhere. We've got VGJ Storm versus TNC. That is going to be a lot of fun, and myself and Fog will be joining you for that one. We'll be back in just a few minutes.